Alrighty then, man. We back once again. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video. Appreciate the love and support. Renardo, what's going on? Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the social media links are in the description, as well as the email is as well. So if you ever want to contact me, you got a problem, you got an issue, you got a complaint, you got a video request, you just want to chop it up and have a conversation, email and Twitter is the quickest way. But I do try to respond on Instagram and Facebook at my earliest convenience. Thinking about kind of shooting the first episode for the podcast, so I look forward to that. It's definitely going to be a lot different than this platform, a lot more raw. May have a few guest appearances since coming on, so I think that may bowl really, really well. Also, don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1 Boxing to 18% off the 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, lip balm, deodorant, toothpaste, moisturizer bars. 100% organic muscle relaxer rubs that really work well. So check them out. Website is in the description, thehelpblaze.com, www.helpblaze.com. Just the drop down box. Promo code Goodfellow1 Boxing around your screen in the upper right hand corner. That's in the description as well too. That gets you 18% off the 100% all natural products. I'm gonna think about asking them to change the promo code to Lion Killer. Lion Killer. Call me Scar. Call me Scar. Long live the king. Mr. Betts, what's going on? Mr. Juice 105, what's going on? Hanfi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Free Cash, what's going on? Oh yeah. Email me, Free Cash. Just my email in the description. You can email me, hit me up on Twitter. We can work something out for sure. Yeah, we can work something out for sure. But my email in the description, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything there. So we could definitely work something out. I'm not a hard man to negotiate with. I try to look out for businesses in general, black, white, green, Simpson yellow. But I'm excited about this podcast I'm starting. I'm very, very excited. Yeah, okay, for sure. Very excited. I think this is going to probably be my best work. I think I'm going to get Wood on there with me. I got his email. I know the nigga, but he been bullshitting. I just got a lot going on. So, Zulu Immortal, what's going on? Got a lot going on. So, I just got done listening to a pilot for a new podcast, and it's definitely going to be interesting for what's going on over there. So, it's a great thing about social media and just internet. You get different perspectives, different platforms. I think this is going to be better than the Patreon. It's definitely going to be free. You can sponsor, but it's going to have music, the whole nine. So, look, I'm trying to see what we talk about today. Pacquaio is talking to Al about the Spence fight. There's several different things that can go down. I heard in 2 weeks. So, I'm guessing next week we should hear something crack-a-lacking from the PBC land. I think they're going to unveil a new fight, Fury Wilder weekend, but then again, things could be held up. What's next for Bud? I did a video yesterday talking about, his options are very, very scarce. And also, while Leo Santa Cruz Tank feared Gary Russell, Santa Cruz, Marcos Villegas from Fight Hub reached out to Santa Cruz, and he has no interest in Gary Russell, it sounds like, still. So, yeah, thanks a little more. So, we're going to just talk about those things, man. And obviously, it's Friday. If you ain't getting no cutty or you got the sober dick, Ryan Garcia fighting. So, he fighting in Anaheim versus Francisco Fonseca, former Gervonta Tank Davis opponent. I think he's a former Tevin Farmer opponent as well, too. So, Tank fought Fonseca on the Mayweather Conor McGregor undercard. So that's what that was. And Saturday, you got Caleb Plant versus Mandatory in Nashville. So, PBC, since they're not selling tickets, the reason why PBC and you see Top Rank going to Arizona, and you see and you see like the zone going to Kansas, and you see Top Rank going to Oklahoma City, and they doing wherever Gabriel Flores fight at in Stockton or whatever the hell that is, Fresno, excuse me. The reason those things happen is because tickets not moving. So now these promoters are they're willing to take a risk and have these dudes fight in their hometown to see who can be the biggest draw. And Premier Boxing Champions has had some success. I mean, Errol Spence was a huge success at the Frisco Star. Charlo in Houston had some success. I mean, you keep going on and on. Jerry Hurd had a ton of success. J-Rock, maybe not so much success. He didn't really have a name opponent. So you've seen a lot of these dudes get an opportunity to fight at home. Santa Cruz is a good pool in Southern California for a featherweight and a super featherweight. So Gervonta, huge pool in Royal Farms, and so you see those type of things happening. But yeah, Pacquiao really pressing for the Errol Spence fight. And personally, if it's me and I'm Errol Spence and I'm looking at it, and I 100% know that I'm not ready for the fight. Sometimes you got to take a step back. Sometimes the best move is not to make a move. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he put his foot in his mouth. So when people go back in history and say, well, he didn't take the Pacquiao fight, well, people going to rewind and go back to the Brian Kenny interview, and I forget what fight was on that night. They're going to go back to that interview and say, well, he said, I don't need no tune-ups. He called out Pacquiao and Danny Garcia. But Pacquiao's pushing hard for that fight. And I think one of the reasons Pacquiao pushing hard, besides the car accident, is because he wanted to get Floyd Mayweather in the ring. And he feel if he bring 3 belts to the table, that Floyd Mayweather will actually fight him. So he holding out hope. He know Floyd coming back. I know Floyd coming back. It's going to either be Conor McGregor, Khabib, or both. And Pacquiao really want that payday. Graylin, what's going on? But had Errol Spence never gotten that car accident, I know, Kobe 2K fan, what's going on? We all know that he wouldn't have took that opportunity. He'll be trying to fight Mikey Garcia, but that car accident was a game changer in Pacquiao's mind. And it's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. But it's like I could read you. It's 1,000 things that could happen. I mean, if you look at it, I'm gonna read it. Give me 1 minute. And some other things to talk about. Let's talk about Yugas and what's going on with Gilberto Ramirez in that division. He said, I'm hearing Pacquiao versus Spence is next. Honestly, he told me he had said no at first, but I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it. We would know in the next 2 weeks, but Pacquiao wants Spence. Danny Garcia is his second option. Shawn is his third option. The other thing is probably Shawn in the rematch on pay-per-view. Excited to see how it plays out. Whoop-de-whoop whoop. So you see in a situation where they really trying to work the kinks out. So I'm not sure if Danny Garcia gets cut. If Danny Garcia get cut out, what does he do? Do they try to get Mikey? Do they do Danny and Shawn too? Also got some news about the WBC. So I'm not sure, to be honest. Errol Spence and Pacquiao fighting would put Danny Garcia in a messed up position because Al asked him for a pay-per-view fight. Now people gonna ask, well, you think he'll fight Bud? I just don't think that's gonna happen. Even how much it makes so much sense. Like it made a ton of sense for Danny and Mikey to fight January 25th to fight Manny Pacquiao. Or back in September 28th they were supposed to fight. And they didn't fight. So, in boxing, if it's 1 + 1, it probably equal 335 instead of 2. And that's just the way the game going down. But, what's taking so long for Puev? Well, I heard that's going to be June 6th. I think it's the venue. I know they trying to do Trident, the venue. They doing it in the UK. Puev and them wanted in Istanbul. He just blasted Anthony Joshua for not wanting to leave his country, which, Joshua's fought in more countries than your average heavyweight or your top heavyweight. He fought in the UK, his home country. He fought in Saudi Arabia, and he fought in the United States. But people forget, Deontay Wilder fought in the United Kingdom too. Once he fought Audrey Harrison. A lot of people was trying to argue with me that, Wilder is just a Wilder doesn't move. I said, well, he fought in the UK. He did. He fought Audrey Harrison. I remember that fight. You know what I'm saying? People say, well, Joshua fought Ruiz. Ruiz was supposed to be a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? Ruiz was a late replacement showcase. So don't give me Audrey Harrison was a bum. You know, Deontay Wilder just handled his business versus bum, and Wilder didn't. But the thing about what happened with Joshua as well, they had to get an extension, is because they didn't want Canelo and Anthony Joshua fighting in the same month. See, the zone not gonna make no money if Joshua Canelo fight in the same month. So they had to push Anthony Joshua to June, so it wouldn't conflict with Canelo. So I'm kind of jumping the gun here. You're gonna have Golovkin fight in April 11th versus Kamil Zamata, probably in Chicago. Later that month, I believe you may have Castanos and Teixeira fighting on the zone. I think the week before Canelo, so that would put it into April. Then May, don't quote me on that though, but then May, Canelo will fight, I'm guessing, Callum Smith. Shit, don't nobody know at this point. It's either Billy Ho or Callum Smith, and you'll have him fighting in May. And then May 9th, you'll have Miguel Burchett taking on Oscar Valdez in L.A. So if you're in L.A., something to look at. Then May 30th, you have Teofimo versus Lomachenko, either Vegas or New York Madison Square Garden. And also, I'll get to what Leo Santa Cruz also said about Gervonta. It seemed like that fight still can be on. So May may be the best month in boxing you might have in a long time. When you talk about, a ton of boxing content, when you talk about tons of rumors, when you talked about, he said Ruiz was not a bum, but that's what it was built up. Not saying Ruiz was a bum. I never said that. Ruiz was picked because he was a late replacement, and that's how he was viewed by the public. Not saying he was a bum. So that's what's going on with that. But I'm gonna get into Usyk and a lot of stuff. So, but for Manny Pacquiao, you gotta think about it. I asked the question. Should Errol Spence take the Pacquiao fight next? But also, and that's a yes or no in the chat. Should Errol Spence take the Pacquiao fight? But Errol Spence is in the position where he can demand some things from Pacquiao. He can use his leverage. Errol Spence got to be real with himself. And self-honesty is, if you can't be honest with yourself, how can you be honest with somebody else, right? So if Errol Spence saying, you know what, I don't believe I can beat Terence Crawford, or I don't believe I can compete at 54. Now, every motherfucker, you think the best case scenario, if I do this, I do that, I work this amount of hours, and I can cover this bill, and I can put this bill. That's the same thing Errol Spence probably doing. If Errol Spence would be real with himself and say, you know what, this might be the most money I can make at one time. You know what I'm saying? If I go to 54, the name's not there. It's not a Crawford. It's not a Danny there. So if I do, and he busting at the seams. Anybody that know boxing, you look at his face, it's sunken in. That's why he look all drained during the fight week. And then a week later, people say, Errol Spence getting fat. It ain't just that he living his best life and being fat, lazy, and drinking and eating and shit. That's his body. When you suppress the body, and then, after a while, you gotta go back to its natural size. But then when you go back to your natural size, it goes to overconsumption. So when you look at it, this may be the best move for him. This may be, because he ain't got that much time left at he don't have that Russell. What's going on? He don't have that much time left at welterweight. If he stay at welterweight and stay there, I'm just telling you, Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, a big thing is inactivity for them. They all on upset alert. If they get forced to fight somebody like an Ennis or some of these dudes like Progress coming here, and some of these dudes, and Josh Taylor is gonna wipe the floor. If he don't run into Crawford and get wrecked, Josh Taylor gonna wipe the floor with a lot of these dudes. Not because he per se a better fighter, but he fresher, he's spry, his legs is good. A lot of these dudes is killing they genetics. I mean, they killing their bodies making this weight. And then on top of that, they cutting 35 pounds. 25 pounds in an 8-week camp. Al Haymon has done more detriment to these fighters than they know. This is why you should fight on a regular basis, because your body is always in shape. Your metabolism is used to it. When you fight once a year, twice a year, after a while, you ain't going to stay in shape. So Errol Spence only got a limited amount of fight. His next fight might be his last fight at welterweight. And they killing him to make this weight. So this may be his only chance to fight Manny Pacquiao. And it depends on how he feel. Only he knows when he go run the miles and he hit the back, what his shoulder feel like, what his hands feel like, what his legs feel like. Is his legs the same? Only he really can know that. And with him turning down the fight originally, that's what he said. I'm telling y'all from the top of the food chain over there that he didn't want the fight. So from 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when I did the video, what's changed? Now it always could have been a negotiation tactic. It always can be, I ain't feeling well. Tell him give me 50-50 and we can fight. Tell him take 12 weeks, 15, 16, 20 weeks drug test, we can fight. Tell him let me walk out last, we can fight. Oh, we need to fight in Dallas. Now Errol Spence has something that Keith Thurman don't have. He has leverage over Manny Pacquiao. And if he's smart, he gonna get the best deal possible because if he come back and he smashed through Danny Garcia and he smashed through the IBF interim title holder, whoever that may be, Lipias or Qdoba, if he smashed through those guys, Pacquiao not gonna fight him. This is supposed to be Rashid. What's going on? This is supposed to be Pacquiao last year fighting. But as long as he chasing Floyd, he's still gonna fight. And also, Earl got to keep in mind, if this is Pacquiao last year fighting, and after your next fight, you got 90 days to defend your IBF title, and Lipias lose that title. He win that intern title, he lose it, and that title go to Top Rank, and you fight Pacquiao, you're really in a fucked up situation. Because Pacquiao fighting twice this year. He fighting in July, and he fighting in December, or later this year, June and July later this year. Errol Spence has to fight whenever he fight, he has 90 days after that to defend his IBF title versus the interim champion. Now the interim fight, it ain't been announced yet between Lipias and Qdoba. I heard it can go down in April. So they looking at April, late March for that fight. So by the time Earl fight in May or June, he has 90 days to defend that, to negotiate and then defend the IBF. But if Lipias win the interim title over Qdoba, that's the dude that beat Luis Collazo, that's what we call him. If he defends that, if he wins that title, then they can just get a belt to Lipias. You know what I'm saying? And Earl can just say, fuck it. Lipias had a belt. I'm going to beat Pacquiao. I fight Pacquiao later in the year. Then I come back and pick up the IBF versus Lipias. So, it's strategy to it. But at the end of the day, if Lipias do lose the title and Top Rank ain't going to give him no extension, it's either going to be you fight Qdoba or drop the belt. And he dropped the belt, Top Rank going to make Qdoba versus Crawford ASAP. And then if he do defend versus Qdoba, and this is Pacquiao last year, and Floyd truly don't come back, and Pacquiao retire at the end of 2020, you know what I'm saying, that WBA belt, it go up for grabs. So who get it? Bob Arum going to try to position the fighter to fight for it. Keith Thurman, you can't count on him to fight for it. He going to get injured. Shawn Porter, if he fight a top-ranked fighter, it's probably going to be a close fight. So now politics is making it tougher for him to be undisputed. So this is why it's never been a welterweight undisputed champion that held all 4 belts. It's too much politics in it. Too much politics. 47 is one of the more political weight classes. That's the heavyweight division of smaller weight classes. That's the cash cow of weight classes. That's what I'm trying to say. But Errol Spence got to weigh a decision. Do I risk it? You can get in the ring, and also you can get in the ring and fight Danny Garcia and get your ass whooped. And then you risk money. Then you risk what? What did you truly risk? You risk, you lost to Danny Garcia, and people act like, oh, there's no way he can lose to Danny Garcia. Man, this nigga just flew through a window. He just struggled with Shawn Porter. Why can't Danny Garcia compete? That's the $1 million question. So it depends. It depends how you're looking at the situation. This is why you got to have a strong team. This is why your coach got to be real with you. This is why your support system got to be real with you. What's best for him? You know, and it depends. You know, if he fight Danny Garcia, that's still a good fight. If he don't fight Danny Garcia and fight Manny Pacquiao, it's a risk. But we all agree he should get drug testing. But once again, it's been talks about him being on some shit. Now I've seen no proof of him being on nothing. I don't see a superhuman stamina. I see somebody that work hard in the gym. I see somebody that, you know, that got great strength and conditioning. So I never had a reason to believe Errol Spence was on that shit. But people looking at his nipples and shit, I had a family member that had nipples like that. He wasn't on no steroids. And that's a fact. But one thing I do know for sure is motherfuckers like Manny Pacquiao don't mutate like that. Only time I've seen guys like Pacquiao, Asians mutate like that if they on that shit. We come in all shapes and forms. You know, you look at Mark Too Sharp. You know what I'm saying? He was a flyweight, I believe. You know what I'm saying? You go up the scales for black fighters, you can get flyweights, you can get featherweights, you can get welterweights, junior middleweights, middleweights, super middleweights, cruiserweights, light heavyweights, heavyweight. We up and down the scale. Mostly, you look at Mexicans, mostly they dominate the lower weight classes. Now and then you get an Andy Ruiz. Now and then you get a Gilberto Ramirez and a David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? But for the Asian people, you don't see a lot of, you know, big Asian people that cut up and mutate like that. So we supposed to be suspicious when somebody like Manny Pacquiao did something that we never seen before. Dre, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? We never seen somebody move up, 8 divisions and still stopping people, catch weight or not. We seen the Roberto Duran move up and still have water weight on his waist. You know what I'm saying? We seen Trinidad go up to 68. We seen De La Hoya go up to middleweight from featherweight. We seen some dudes jump up and down, but ain't nobody ever moved up and down, you know, the weight class and got strength and got faster and didn't have no water weight and put muscle on top of muscle. Come on, man. Freddie Roach has dealt with multiple pet offenders. You know, James Toney got caught when he was with Freddie Roach. You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple guys over there that's been popped. You know what I'm saying? So we supposed to believe everything that Pacquiao was doing is natural. It's hard. Especially when Teddy Atlas broke the news on Friday Night Fights. When he sent the email to Floyd Mayweather saying, if I get popped for peds, can we keep it on the low? People forget that. Me and Tom was talking about that about a month ago. It's a lot of stuff that people swept under the rug. Lathers, what's going on? It's a lot of people that swept under the rug or forgot. I won't even say swept under the rug. It's a lot of people. Give me 1 minute. It's a lot of people that forgot stuff that went on in that Pacquiao and that Mayweather shit. It's a lot of stuff that went. Remember that boxer that fought on NBC Sports and he said that he lost to a Freddie Roach fighter. He said everybody know Pacquiao on steroids. It's on YouTube somewhere. It's a lot of shit that went on, and that's why I was so upset with some of the local dummy box community, because they sitting up here, they supposed to represent, you know, not just black the color, but the substance. Black is a substance, and you sitting up here, you know, capping for Manny Pacquiao against Keith Thurman, somebody that openly accepts his blackness. After everything that the Pacquiao fans, and I'm not discouraging Pacquiao fans to listen, I'm just, all Pacquiao fans not bad. You know what I'm saying? But after all the stuff that we had went through and all the racist stuff that we went through and all the smoke and mirrors they was doing, and I don't want to take drug tests, I don't even want to be tested until 14 days of the fight, all that shit, ain't nobody forgot about all that. You know what I'm saying? He said if the emails was true, why did Mayweather put him on his business? Mayweather said Canelo Alvarez was juicing, according to one of the Nevada senators. He said Canelo Alvarez, it's on the article on Bad Left Hook back in 2013. He said he believed Canelo Alvarez was on some shit, but he said, I felt that I can beat him, so I'm not gonna mess my money up. Mayweather knew that with that fight was $1 billion fight. It was $1 billion fight. So Mayweather wasn't gonna mess his money up. Teddy Atlas ain't got no reason to lie. And Floyd Mayweather not no fool. Mayweather know once Pacquiao took that test, he already knew what it was. He knew that he was gonna win that fight. Pacquiao, if he didn't test Pacquiao, and people forgot, Shane Mosley told him to test Pacquiao. Not to make this a Pacquiao thing, but remember Shane Mosley fought him, and he said Shane called him up and said that you better get him tested. Shane Mosley said it. Remember Pacquiao said he was afraid of needles, and that dude said needles used was against his religion, and he had tattoos on him. I'm just saying. So, at the end of the day, I'm the last one to have sympathy for Errol Spence at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm the last one. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't like the way he switched up. Somebody hit me up. Oh, I didn't like your stream about Errol Spence. I don't care. I don't think they have movie or YouTube critics. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I just can't put it another way. I was so disgusted in. I'm so disappointed in. Do I live to live up to your expectations? No, I live up to my expectations. If I say some stuff that's a little ignorant, or I say some stuff that you don't understand, sorry, I come from an ignorant city. I come from an ignorant ass background. Everybody don't grow up with horse and carriage in the backyard. Everybody don't grow up with a Ferrari out there. Everybody don't grow up with a silver spoon. I'm sorry. When I look out my window, I see a lot of ignorant shit for over 30 years in this world. I'm sorry if I'm a little ignorant. I'm sorry if I'm a little disrespectful. That's just my personality. You meet me in person, this is me. You talk to me behind the scenes, you can ask anybody that talk to me. I'm just the same person. There's no facade. But I don't live up to meet people's expectations. And if I do live up to meet people's expectations, I'm going to let you down every time. They don't want nobody to tell the truth about Errol Spence. Duke, what's going on? LA 12, what's going on? Flashy Bench, what's going on? I just keep it real, bro. I can play sound clips all day exposing them and not say a word. But with Manny Pacquiao, he better cross his T's and dot his I's. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to see a brother get in there, and I joke about it. I don't want to see no brother get in there and get beat down by the other. I don't want to see him go in there and get his fronts knocked out and Pacquiao beat his ass and he ain't ready. But like I said before, that Pacquiao that showed up versus Adrian Broner, Errol Spence, healthy dogs walk that guy. Errol Spence probably get him out of there. But the one that showed up versus Keith Thurman and the Errol Spence that showed up versus Shawn Porter, like I said before, he probably lose that fight. He probably lose that fight. Because he will have to keep that fight at range. He had to do calculated pressure on Pacquiao. But the problem he don't move his head. When Pacquiao will thrive on guys who keep their head in the center. And the way Errol Spence drop his hands square up, I'm telling you, if Pacquiao can still get the point, maybe not point A to point Z, but if he can get the D or E, still, he gonna check Errol Spence's chin with that left hand. I'm telling you that right now. And that left hand got a lot of thump in it. It got a lot of thump in it. He may treat him like Margarito. And it's not too far-fetched. All people say, well, CJ, he fought Margarito at the catch weight of 150. Errol Spence is drained. Errol Spence don't have the energy. Errol Spence do a lot of posing. He do a lot of picture taking in there. He don't have the energy to keep up. So if that Pacquiao that fought Keith Thurman, in the first 6 rounds, is going to be critical. And if Errol can take the punishment that Keith Thurman took, I didn't think Keith Thurman could take that type of punishment. Keith Thurman took some punishment. But Keith Thurman also is a better fighter than Errol Spence from a skills aspect. Keith Thurman showed that he can press forward and he was willing to take punishment. You can't assume that every fighter can take that punishment that Keith Thurman took. That's what people assume, that Errol Spence can take that punch. I didn't think Keith Thurman. I didn't think Keith Thurman can take that punch. I'm be real with you. When Keith Thurman, not the one that dropped him, that was a balance shot. Pacquiao caught him in between moving. But the one where he almost knocked his mouthpiece out, and he hit him to the bottom. I didn't think Keith Thurman can take. People think, Errol Spence got a great chin. Who the fuck he fought that can punch? Kell Brook is okay. I don't think he the puncher that Pacquiao is. You know what I'm saying? Bundu couldn't punch. Algieri couldn't punch. Peterson wasn't known as a puncher. Mikey Garcia, well, we didn't know what he was at welterweight. He was a solid puncher at 40. He dropped Lipinets with a good left hook, but what puncher has he fought? Francisco, salute. Keith Thurman showed a lot of heart. And people just take it for granted that Errol Spence just flew through a window. Any old scar tissue can open up. Any old injury that's kind of, in the border. So, like I said before, I thought this fight was probably a 55-45 split in favor of Errol Spence on a good day. When he was healthy. Because what you don't understand is his body is not equipped to be at this weight class. His body not equipped to be here. So when he got to dig deep late, if he can kick it to that next gear, he should be able to thug out Manny Pacquiao. But if he can't kick it to that next gear and put pressure on Pacquiao, and like I said before, he don't really throw fluid combinations. You can see his punches. That's gonna be a real interesting fight. That's a fight that's impossible to predict because I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know how healthy he is. But if he is the same Errol Spence that fought Shawn Porter and Pacquiao, and it's subjective because one, you don't know if they're going to do testing or not. But they waived testing for the last two fights with Pacquiao. The last few weeks before the Broner fight, they tested because Broner went to social media and complained. And I think the last few weeks of the Keith Thurman fight, they went to social media because the media started they went to testing because the media started breaking it. Me and Town kept talking about the interview that Keith Thurman did, but nobody wanted to pay attention to it. Even the local dummy box community was ignoring. They were so mad at Keith Thurman, and that's a like I said before, man. Can't be mad at Keith Thurman. If you mad at Keith Thurman for doing what he did, like I said, I can get mad at Keith Thurman because I keep the same energy for everything. Ricky, what's going on? Y'all gave up Marcus Morris for a bag of peanuts. You niggas just made the Clippers world champions of the world. LeBron gonna be like, we gotta play the Clippers. It's stressful. It's stressful. Remember he said that before they played Golden State one year? It's stressful. He said like Gucci. It's stressful. It's so stressful. Steph, what Kenny Charles Buck, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Krispy Kreme, Donut, Chuck get back. They gonna destroy Cleveland. Shaq. They got no chance. I'm just waiting for you suckers to turn on Anthony Davis. I'm waiting on it, but back on code. Like I said before, with Manny Pacquiao, if the Pacquiao show up that fought Keith Thurman, and the Errol Spence that show up fight Shawn Porter, that's damn near a pick'em fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a pick'em fight. Like I said before, I think Crawford would have a little bit of problem early on with Pacquiao. But if Errol Spence can get the testing and even up the playing field, anything is going to be possible. But, I think Pacquiao smelled blood. It's just, to me, it's just not the accident. This dude physically been declining for quite some time. At first it was he overtrained, and with the Shawn Porter fight, he out of shape in between fights. It's time to move up. The Jeffersons said it best. It's moving on up to the 154 side. We finally got up. It's time to move up. That's just a fact. Man, source said, he said Pacquiao legacy has all-time status. I don't know why he's going above and beyond fight motherfucker like Errol Spence? Because he's a fighter. And it bring the most money. It's a dude that's in debt. This a dude that's in debt. Half of his earnings go to the IRS. That's why he's still fighting. He ain't fighting because he might love the game, love the sport, but he's fighting. He's fighting because he got to pay the IRS so he can come back and forth in the United States. That's why. That's why you out of championship and people want to see it unified. If he lose to Errol Spence, come on. Errol Spence ain't the biggest puncher. Come on, man. Like, if you can put icing on your career and you could beat somebody like Errol Spence ain't even a top 10 opponent. I ain't gonna say top 10. He may not be even a top 5 opponent Pacquiao faced when you talking about skills. Errol Spence is an inflated boxing figure. He not more skilled than Morales. He not more skilled than Miguel Cotto. You know what I'm saying? He not better than Floyd. Shit, he ain't more accomplished than Barrera is. You know what I'm saying? It's a question if he more skilled than Keith Thurman was. And we just talking about a few guys. Shit, he might struggle beating Joshua Clottey, to be real. You know what I'm saying? Margarito, you don't know what the fuck he had in his hands, but he was drained when Pacquiao fought him. Can't really count De La Hoya. He was drained and coming off a loss. Shit, that Shane Mosley that Pacquiao beat, that might be better than anybody Errol Spence beat on his resume, to be real. I'm telling you. Pacquiao fought a lot of guys coming up. Errol Spence ain't Marquez. I mean, Marquez better than Errol Spence from a skill standpoint. So that's just what it is. Mr. Chops, what's going on behind the house? So I mean, y'all blow these dudes up. Coffee Universe salute. Go check out Coffee. Gonna have a documentary coming on Cool G Rap. That's arguably the best Queens rapper of all time. So y'all want to learn about rap? Go check out Coffee Universe. I'm looking forward to that Cool G Rap documentary. Him and Reggie Noble, Redman. Think two of the most underrated MCs. You know what's so funny? Talk about that shit for a minute, man, about Redman. If Redman, Eminem took Redman's style. You know what I'm saying? And if Redman said the same fucking lyrics that Eminem said, y'all would be calling Redman corny. I probably favor Marquez right now. You know, you go Queens, you probably looking at Cool G, Nas. I mean, you got Run DMC, 50, Q-Tip, Phife Dawg, Mobb Deep. I mean, shit, Queens can hold its own. People talk about Brooklyn, you know, Biggie, Jay, Big Daddy Kane, Fabulous. I mean, the Wu-Tang put Staten Island, but ODB was from Brooklyn. And I think the GZA was too. New York rap is just dope. It's just dope. All the way around. It's dope. I mean, any borough you go to, it's just dope. LL, yeah. LL is in my top 10. Pretty easy. Everything, and to me, he continues to move up. Because everything that he was doing, that Drake doing now, he was getting clowned for. The gold bottles, everything that Drake doing, LL was doing that shit in the 80s, and they was clowning that nigga for that shit. People forget that. I'm going back to Cali. All that shit he was doing, motherfucker was doing that. I could talk rap all day. I watch so many docs and love Run D. I love Queens rap. I love 50 rap. I ain't gonna lie. Power of Dollar was dope. That's just, the Ghetto Quran got the nigga shot up. But back on Code. But yeah, like I said before, that's a 50-50. I'm telling y'all, man, that's close to a 50-50 fight regardless, man. Pacquiao don't fear no Errol Spence. He's just waiting for the opportunity. Errol Spence gave him an opportunity with the car accident. So, like I said before, you get mad. Only thing that sound like New York is them niggas out of Buffalo. Let me say that real quick. The only thing that sound like New York is A$AP Ferg right now. Casanova got a New York sound, but a lot of people don't like him. But them two niggas and them niggas out of Buffalo. Benny the Butcher, and them the only niggas that sound like New York. The rest of these New York rappers, man, they sound like the Wave. They sound like Atlanta. But them four, because ASAP don't rap no more. That nigga's a Trinidad and Duran. Probably Trinidad. Be a good fight, depending on which Duran. The one that Tommy beat up, Trinidad. Oh, Dave East, yeah, Dave East, yep. I don't listen to a lot of him, but I do like his shit. But yeah, to continue on. But yeah, Pacquiao and Errol Spence, that's definitely a pick 'em fight. Even at 40, if Pacquiao was 5, if he was 30 years old, he'll do the blue face. He'll do the blue face to fucking Errol Spence. He'll mop the floor with Errol. If Pacquiao his best, Errol Spence probably wouldn't. Errol Spence would probably be stopped in 8. The only current welterweight that can probably fuck with Pacquiao at his best is Terence Crawford. Due to that style. That counter punching, slick type of style. The boss, what's going on? Sabra. Sorry if I butchered your name. But yeah, I don't watch Power. It's hard to watch Oz and Sopranos and what's the other one, bro? The other one. My favorite, The Wire, and watch Power. Snowfall pretty straight though. I got to watching that. But with them, with Pacquiao wiped the floor with Errol Spence. He'll wipe the floor with him at his best. Only guy that can fuck with him in this division is Terence Crawford. That's it. That's the only guy that got the discipline, that's still on weight, and who got the skills. And still, that's a dangerous fight. But he got that Marquez type of style to him. You know what I'm saying? Counter punch, and he's slick too. That's why Pacquiao didn't want to fight like Nate Campbell and guys like that. They was too dangerous. He said, Pac was on that. Well, yeah, we just talked about it. He probably came in a little late. We just talked about it. You ain't have to block his comment. But it is what it is. You know how many other fighters probably was on that shit, Eddie? And nobody knew it and they was fighting at a disadvantage? That is what it is. He beat the shit out of Errol Spence at that point. When he was beating up Hatton and Shane, and he beat the shit out of Errol Spence. Shit, Cotto at his best beat Errol Spence. Cotto at his best a dog walk Errol Spence. The Cotto that fought Zab and the Cotto that fought Shane Mosley. Cotto dog walked the shit out of him. I'm not convinced. And it's no way to be convinced because I don't know. I ain't heard nothing about Rosario and Charlo. But Claudia Spence, I probably favor Spence, but that can go either way. But I do think Errol Spence probably could beat Paul Williams, though. Because Paul Williams struggled with southpaws. But Errol Spence versus Cotto, he get dog walked. You know what I'm saying? I think he could beat a Margarito. I think Trinidad would beat him. De La Hoya, I think De La Hoya got too much movement. Errol Spence will have to come on strong. He probably get a close decision loss to De La Hoya down the stretch. De La Hoya come out hot at 47. Errol Spence kind of close the gap down the stretch. But he said punk ass Cotto will walk down Crawford. The problem with you talking about walk down Crawford. Crawford got angles. Crawford can box. That's the problem. Errol Spence can't box on that level. That's what you not going through your head. Crawford can box. Crawford is a complete fighter. He like a fucking pancake mix. All you gotta do is add water and give him an opponent. That's gonna carry you a long way. That style that Crawford got is very, very complex for a lot of fighters out there. That's a style that's been one of the enigmas in boxing for other ethnic groups. You know what I'm saying? He did well versus Zab and versus Shane Mosley, and Cotto can do well versus Crawford. But Crawford is a slick fighter that can box. Errol Spence don't have that. Errol Spence, he not gonna sit there and outbox no damn Miguel Cotto. Hell no. He gonna have to come to Cotto. Crawford can sit there and box with Cotto. Crawford is the throwback fighter. Not saying he can beat everybody, but Crawford can box. He can give it to you in the pocket. He can give it to you from the range. He can give it to you up close. So when you a well-rounded fighter, it don't mean that you gonna dog walk everybody or you gonna beat everybody, but it give you a chance. It give you a chance. You know? But you can't change people's opinion. He said Crawford hasn't beat anybody at 47, bro. I mean, Errol Spence ain't beat nobody in my opinion. Who the fuck is Shawn Porter? Who is Shawn Porter? Shawn Porter lost to Julio Diaz. Come on. It was a point in time where Floyd Mayweather ain't never fought nobody at 54, but he moved up and beat Oscar De La Hoya ass, didn't he? You keep going on with guys that jumped up. Ray Leonard came to 160 and he competed versus Marvin Hagler, right? Come on. You know, Roy Jones had to jump to 68. Michael Nunn lost to Tony, had to jump to 68. Roy Jones didn't fight nobody at heavyweight, but he went up there and got a title. He went up there and got a title. Didn't he? So anybody trying to hear that? They are like, oh, Errol Spence ain't fought nobody. His whole career. He moved down in weight. Who he beat? Kell Brook was an eye. He was missing an eye. Coming down 13 pounds. And look at his resume. He really lost to Carson Jones. He really lost to Carson Jones. Danny Garcia got a good resume. I'm not going to dispute that. But Danny Garcia lost half them fights. He lost to Ashley Theophane in some people's opinion. Because I know you don't know nothing about boxing. He lost to Ashley Theophane in a lot of people's opinion. You know, a lot of people say the Eric Morales fight was disputable. We just speaking facts. He lost to Lamont Peterson in a lot of people's opinion. He lost to Mauricio Herrera in a lot of people's opinion. Floyd Mayweather had him losing to Robert Guerrero. So that motherfucker should have 5 losses. He ducked Victor Postal. He paid Victor Postal to step aside. That's how Postal got the belt. Eventually, the guy that was number one at 140, he was the baddest man in the land. He was the baddest man in the land. Danny Garcia paid him to step aside. Come on. And then when Crawford fought Postal, everybody was picking Postal. The media, Max Kellerman. There's no way Crawford can beat Postal. He went in there and dropped him twice. And dominated him. Probably didn't even drop around. Come on, these dudes don't know nothing about boxing, though. They weren't watching it, though. They look at Postal and say, oh, he ain't that good. Now, at the time, he was all that. He was good enough for Danny Garcia to pay him to step aside. You know what I'm saying? He was good enough for Danny Garcia to get the fuck up out of there. What Bum B say? He said, when them feds in town, man, I got to go. Victor Postal was the feds. Danny Garcia got up out of there. But they wouldn't know that, though. It don't matter. What was Floyd Mayweather's record when he went to 40 and he went to 47? What was his record? Tell me that. What was his record? What was Roy Jones' record when he went up and beat John Ruiz? Tell me that. Come on. What's his record? Y'all act like Errol Spence got Errol Spence resume. Keith Thurman got y'all like Errol Spence got Keith Thurman resume. He beat Shawn Porter at Shawn Porter best. The Shawn Porter that Keith Thurman fought and that Errol Spence fought is two different ones. You know what I'm saying? He been beat Danny Garcia years ago. He been did the blue face with Danny Garcia. So Errol Spence just doing what Keith Thurman did years ago, and Keith Thurman, he did it versus the fresher and younger and more active opponents. This nigga just doing what Keith Thurman did. Everybody got flaws. Bud got an overhand right flaw. He get hit with him all the time. He's closed that gap. Everybody got flaws. Shane Mosley cracked Floyd with the same punch. Floyd got flaws. Sugar Ray Leonard got flaws. Tommy Hearns got flaws. Felix Trinidad got flaws. Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong had flaws. Everybody got flaws. Everybody got flaws. Errol Spence got flaws. Canelo Alvarez got flaws. Triple G got flaws. Deontay Wilder got flaws. AJ got flaws. If his flaws so glaring and Crawford so light in the ass, if he's so weak, then why they don't pull his whole card then? I ain't never seen no shit like this before. Why they don't pull his whole card then? That's the question. If his flaws are so, if we can see the flaws, the average Joe can see the flaws. If the flaws so big, why Errol Spence can't just beat him and exploit him? It ain't no reason for why this man should be begging for him and Gary Russell should be begging for fights. I know you good. It shouldn't be no reason these dudes begging for fights. But everybody got flaws. But why Errol Spence won't exploit them then? But if he sell his soul to fight Pacquiao, so be it. I ain't mad at you. I'd be happy either way it go. Yeah, Danny Garcia ain't beat nobody at 47. Only guy he beat was Guerrero and Paulo Malignaggi for the most part. That's it. It's a lot of dudes that move up who ain't beat nobody and they get shots. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes that move up to a weight class and they get instant shots and instant big fights. It's the game. Who Teofimo Lopez beat? You know? Who he beat to say he could have beat Richard Comey? Come on. Nobody. But sometimes that's the way boxing is. Sometimes you have a superior talent. You have special talents. And he one of those fighters who's special. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give credit where credit is due. Do I have a problem with Teofimo Lopez personally? No. Did I apologize to him? Yes. He's a good fighter. He was better than I thought he was. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Do I think he got a chance versus Loma? Nah, yeah, he got a chance. He can punch. So, you know, shit, I ain't got a problem with saying if Errol Spence go in there and he fight Crawford, he beat Crawford down the line, I'll give him credit, but he's still a hoe ass nigga. You know, for making him wait that long. All they trying to do is age him out. Like I said, man, it's people at PBC that really ain't. It's people at PBC that really ain't. That really, how I'm thinking and how I'm feeling, it's people over there that feel the same way. I mean, like people high up. You know what I'm saying? They don't enjoy the way the operation is being run. Because if they did enjoy it, they wouldn't leak the information out they do. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there. You think these dudes, they smiling in your face, you know, and you really see their true colors behind the scenes. They don't like most of these dudes. You think everybody up top like Floyd Mayweather? I can personally point you to the right direction to ask dudes what's said about Floyd behind closed doors. Now it's up to them to tell you, you know, the truth. Because I know personally they was there. They don't Natasha was going, they don't like these dudes like that. The same stuff I'm saying. The same stuff I'm saying, bro. It's the same shit motherfuckers at PBC be saying. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit they be saying. The reason most people fuck with me because I keep it 100. If a fighter fuck me up, so be it. I'm gonna be paid in the shade. I'm gonna be talking to y'all niggas off a platinum and gold with diamond button chrome on with a chrome on the buttons in a all gold plushed out MacBook mouse. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be talking to y'all niggas. I have my neck brace on, the same shit the Kovalev hit the bitch with, and she had the neck brace on. I'm gonna milk it. Y'all can make me go viral. I'll go in World Star. These niggas hit me, I'm falling. I'm DMX. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I ain't getting up. What? I'm gonna be paid. Bushido boxing salute. Y'all still got the Bushido. For real. I'm falling down. My neck, my back. My neck and my back. I'm suing for 150. No, I'm suing for some meal. I'm suing Al Haymon. I'm suing the venue. I'm suing that. I'm going rainwater on these niggas. I'm suing everybody. He said same thing when Gamboa was in the prime. They say he didn't have experience in the everybody duck Gamboa, Bud Dog walking facts. For real. Oh, that nigga got what he deserved. Yup, I'm gonna be paid too. Suing the shit out of Al Haymon. Suing the hell out of him. I'm going straight down. I'm going to sleep. Get your ass up. It ain't even wet over there, nigga. That's crazy. Get your ass up. If Crawford living off Gamboa, tell Spence to step up then. Exactly, bro. What Spence living off of? Everybody Spence beat got an asterisk by their name. You real talk. Why Al? Because he got the most money. I'm going straight. Fuck that, nigga. Black shit. I don't give a fuck about Black History Month neither. Shit. Every time my house was robbed or a nigga pulled the gun out on me or whatever, it was a nigga that did it. Wasn't the white man. Shit, somebody gotta pay. I'm suing the hell. I'm going suing the hell. I'ma be fresh as hell when the feds watching. My 2 chain. I'm going. He said Spence and Pacquiao is a way better fight than Davis and Cruz. Shit, they should package them motherfuckers together. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now people can debate this all day. But it ain't no debate if Errol Spence get in the ring with him. But don't nobody want to kind of see it for what it is. Errol Spence ain't screaming 60-40 versus Pacquiao. Let that marinate like Nick Bone Juice, like my boy Country Wayne say. Errol Spence ain't screaming about 60-40 with Pacquiao. He wasn't screaming 60-40 with Shawn. He wasn't screaming 60-40 with Mikey Garcia, giving him 50-50. All of a sudden, like the dude said in the chat, he asked for $20 million to fight Terence Crawford. Nigga ain't never made $20 million on his side of the street. They come up with $20 million, right? What he gonna say? I want 30. Just like Charlo. Jamal Charlo. He don't want to fight nobody. This 60-40. This nigga said, I want to get the easy belt versus Shawn Porter. Just remember he said that. Remember he said that. I want to get the easy belt. So if Shawn Porter the easy belt, let this marinate for a minute. If Shawn Porter the easy belt, then what he was admitting about Bud Crawford belt. Bud Crawford got the Hall of Fame belt. His shit on 2K Hall of Fame. Real talk. Bud Crawford got the and the Shawn Porter belt. It wasn't even easy to get. He almost lost that fight. So if you almost lost to Shawn Porter, what you gonna do versus Errol Spence? What you gonna do versus Errol Spence? If that's the easy belt, and you went through the trenches. You went through the trenches for the easy belt. You know what I'm saying? What I mean, Bud had the. You talking about the green belt? Gary Russell got the green belt, and niggas still don't want to fight him. The Mexicans still don't want to fight him. Abner or motherfucking or Leo Santa Cruz didn't want to fight him. If Bud had the green belt, they'd be going after the burgundy belt. It don't matter. It ain't the belt. Ain't one belt more prestigious than the other. If a belt was the most prestigious, it's the WBA. That's the original major title. I think it used to be the ring title. That's the original belt. If you want to be actual factual, that's the original belt. The WBA belt is before the WBC belt. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. If Crawford had the green belt, everybody be going for the other 3. Same thing with Gary Russell. Gary Russell got the green belt. Why he can't get no fights? It depends on who got the belt. Now, if Jeff Horn still had the burgundy belt, tell me Errol Spence won't run over there and take the belt special one. Tell me Errol Spence won't go over there and take that burgundy belt from Jeff Horn. Tell me they wouldn't. He said Jake Paul got a WBC belt. They losing credibility every day. Come on. I think Spence made easy as far as, the slogan and size of the street. Well, hey, he could have meant easy. Could have. But the Pacquiao fight ain't easy to make. The Keith Thurman fight ain't easy to make. I don't think he meant in the slogan. Because he said Shawn Porter just an in-shape street fighter. That's what he said. So, Shawn Porter ain't got no skills. Shawn Porter can't fight. Shawn Porter just an in-shape street fighter. So I think he literally meant that was the easy belt. That's crazy, right? People forget all that. People forgot he said that. In-shape street fighter. Oh, he ain't got no skills. All he do is play football and this, that, and the third. And I didn't want to hurt Mikey Garcia. Like, niggas, how is y'all fans of this mark? How? I don't get it, bruh. I'm base 93, so I think Danny can stop Spence at that. Possible. How? I wasn't trying to hurt Mikey Garcia. I waited for everybody to pay $80 to showcase my boxing skills. If you buying that, bruh, come on, man. You probably buying that nigga dropping your girl off in the Hellcat, and we just friends. Oh, he just my personal lift, knocking your girl drawers down. You that naive. Terrell, that's just my cousin. Terrell all in your room, knocking your girl drawers. You just that naive. Them Errol Spence fans, they that naive. This dude say, I'm not trying. I didn't want to hurt Mikey Garcia. I didn't want to knock out. I want to show my boxing skills. Yo, get out of here. Oh, Shawn Porter, in-shape street. Nigga, you almost lost to an in-shape street fighter. You were struggling. All people say, I only gave Shawn Porter 2 rounds. Hey, get up out of here. In a Hellcat. You don't know what a Hellcat is, bro? Look it up. Look it up. Look up the Hellcat. Dodge. Come on, man. Y'all believe that? Oh, I wasn't trying to hurt him. I ain't never heard no fighter say that. Not even Paula Malignaggi ass. I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was trying to sell my butt. You wait till niggas pay $80, man. Y'all believe the stuff that y'all hear? He dogged Shawn Porter out there and went life and death with Shawn Porter. And what was it? Hit the like button, ho. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Errol Spence, man. Errol Spence, he got to get back in the gym, man. His lifestyle. When I met Errol Spence, I told him, man, I was going to give him the key to my city, man. And, he disappointed me, man. Like me watching my son, man. I was disappointed in him, man. He got to get back in the gym, man. And he got to take this boxing. He got to take this boxing shit serious, 78, man. It was just disappointing, man. He wasn't posted, man. Fight Shine like that, man. I was expecting him to run through Shawn Porter, man. Hit the like button, ho. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, ho. Yeah, that's the nigga talking about. Let's talk about Crawford, man, for a minute. Then we'll talk about Leo Tank and some more boxing rumor news. We got an update on the WBO. We got an update on the WBC. Got some new rules coming out here. So this the first you gonna hear this shit, man. So remember it, right? But yeah, man. I was kind of looking the other day, like, man. And Ronnie Boy first said they talking about fighting Michael Zawitsky from Canada for Crawford. That ain't gonna do it. Crawford might have to go on the European tour. You know what I'm saying? Crawford might have to go on the European tour, and because it's showing, even if he offer Yugas above market pay, or he offers some of these fighters above market pay, because to be honest, Bob Arum don't want Crawford to win. Al Haymon, for obvious reasons, don't want Terence Crawford to win. Crawford is really in a bubble by itself. You know what I'm saying? Crawford is exclusively him, Bomac, Saul, and the rest of the team is the only people that's affiliated with boxing that want Terence Crawford to win. Bob Arum don't want him to win, because if he did, Bob Arum would have set him up for a title shot. Why? Like he did Lomachenko while Loma had a belt. But unfortunately, he don't want Crawford to be the face of Top Rank. And that's a fact. He pushed Loma, and Loma doesn't bring a return. But you look at the opponents. Even if you overpay PBC fighters, they're not taking the fights. And really, you don't want to overpay a Yugas. You don't want to overpay a Lipinets. So you look at what he got. He may have to go on the European tour. He might have to go on the European tour. And to pull up the rankings, he might have to go to British, not for money wise, just to be active. he may have to do one of those tours that Ali and some of the other champions used to do. And I think that'll be a great idea for him, man, just to stay active. And obviously, you don't want to be away from your family that often, but he could pad his record too. I mean, you look who he can fight. I mean, come on, Danny Garcia won't fight him. Lippietz is in a interim title fight. Visual Ortiz, will they give it to him? No, I doubt it. Mikhail Zawitsky, I doubt it. Custio Clayton, don't move the needle. You can fight Zawitsky and Clayton's over there in Europe and get the same credit. Kudabakiv, whatever his name is, and McKisson, I don't know who McKisson is, but Kudoba, he fighting in the interim title fight. Alvarez bring nothing. Kavalaskis, he already beat him. Jerron Ennis, what does that do for you? Mikhail Fox, he's still pretty young, and Sean Porter don't want to fight it. DeLorme and Jamal James fighting each other. Keith Obra, I don't know who that is. Robert Guerrero, he old and beat up. So what's the point of that? Really what it boiled down to is probably Mikey Garcia. Q-Tip, what's going on? It probably boiled down to getting Mikey Garcia to fight him. Real shit. Bob Arum might have to make a stupid offer, or Bob Arum might have to put heads with the zone and say, if Mikey get past Jesse Vargas, they might have to do Mikey and Terence Crawford. Who spends mandatory on the both belts? Danny Garcia in the interim fight is probably going to be late March, April between Sergey Lippietz and Qdoba. We call him Qdoba because I can't pronounce that long-ass name from Top Rank. So his best bet is probably going to be trying to offer Mikey Garcia a shit ton of money or try to get go to the zone and fight Mikey Garcia. Since it seemed like Mikey Garcia might be out the Pacquiao loop. Because if they announce Pacquiao next fight next week, or they announce a PBC pay-per-view next week, so if they announce Shawn and Danny, I'm just not saying that's a thing, hypothetically, then we probably know that Errol and Pacquiao are going to fight. So Mikey Garcia may be his best option. What about Ramirez? Ramirez is staying at 40. They trying to do undisputed between him and Josh Taylor. So that won't happen. That ain't going to happen. So I think Mikey Garcia may be the best option. And maybe the zone put the money up and Crawford had to go to the zone and fight Mikey Garcia. He may have to do the Pacquiao, where Pacquiao was fighting all the Floyd leftovers and draining them and beating them in better fashion because he was draining them and he was fighting the leftovers. So for Crawford, I think his number one target probably should be Mikey Garcia and getting the zone. If the zone pay Mikey $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas, why not? Call the zone up, Bob call him up, and they do a big event. If they got the money for Mikey to come over to ESPN. If not, they could do Terence Crawford and Mikey on his own. You know what I'm saying? But I know Mikey won't take that fight because Crawford a bad style. Them Mexicans do not like fighting them dudes that's the movers. At a catch weight. I doubt it. And they can do a catch weight. Crawford still say he can make 40. You know what I'm saying? Crawford is somebody who beat the shit out of Mikey Garcia in the gym. So I doubt if Mikey Garcia, actually want to fight him. But that's something. If not him, then, you got to reach out to Ugas. You got to reach out to Lippietz. And, if PBC don't want to play ball, then, maybe you call Golden Boy about Visual Ortiz. If they ain't ready to serve up Visual Ortiz, which if they smart, they wouldn't. At that point, if I can't get Sean Porter and I can't get Danny Garcia, you know what I'm saying? Or, hey, if I can't get Josh Kelly, or maybe you want to beat the shit out of Josh Kelly, per se. If I can't get them dudes, European tour. That's what I would do. I had Crawford go over to Europe and clean up on some of their best Commonwealth and they British fighters, man. And that's what I would do. And then after he go over there for about a month and a half, a couple months, and clean up their best fighters, and then if ain't nothing on the floor, then the WBO order a mandatory, we take the mandatory. In about in a nice little time, he can clear out like 4 or 5 fights in that time. Just like not even exhibitions, just small fights. So, that's something they got to get real creative with him. But it's legitimately nobody for him to fight. And some fans are happy about that. They're happy that Errol Spence is scared to fight him. They're happy that Keith Thurman don't want to fight him. They're happy that Sean Porter. Truth be told, they know if Errol Spence, Terence Crawford get out there and beat up Keith Thurman, beat up Sean Porter, it's gonna make Errol Spence look bad. They know if Ugis cross the street, or if Ugis or Josito cross the street, people gonna say, then why they can't make Crawford and Spence? So I think that's one of the reasons why they freezing Crawford out, because they know if they start making fights with other PBC fighters, that they got to give up Errol Spence in the court of public opinion. But I think Mikey Garcia should be his first target. Mikey Garcia ain't got long in the game, no way. You know what I'm saying? They talking about doing Mikey Garcia, and he said, "What if they sound crazy? What about AB and Crawford?" I mean, yeah, that's it. I mean, might as well. It depends on what type of money Davion was going. Depending on what type of money that Top Rank willing to pay. If AB asking for $20 million to fight Devin Haney, he probably gonna want $50 to fight Crawford. You know, but the money got to be right. But my first option would be Mikey. Then maybe I look at an Adrian Broner, and then after that, man, it's sad, man. It's real sad. And maybe they don't want to make Crawford and Spence because of they don't want to make that fight. Maybe because, you know, PBC is probably about to get sold, but it's gonna be tough sledding for Crawford. I don't know what keep him going. Top Rank got to get creative, and you know Bob Arum not gonna let him out his contract. But even if Bob do let him out his contract, it's no guarantee that they gonna give him Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Look at Gary Russell. He gonna just sit over there and die over there. And this is what boxing come through. And Errol Spence gonna have the nerve to do interviews and beat his chest and call himself the king. You know, you can't be the king ducking smoke. You know what I'm saying? This is a fight that you supposed to give. They supposed to fight twice by now. But I think it's gonna be one time he gonna get his ass whooped. He ain't gonna be able to go on with life. You know, but like I said before, you can overcompensate the PBC fighters. You know, you see Charlo turning down money. You know, it ain't no telling who else turned down a ton of money. I knew I got a tough fight coming in Vegas versus Pacquiao's fighter, Casamayor. So he may not get past that. He may or may not. He got a broken orbital bone, but there ain't been no talks about him fighting him. I mean, ain't no real talks I heard, but it's a possibility. I don't even know if Anuyu would take that fight. It's a good fight. I mean, it's a good fight. Rigondeaux is done though. I think he done. He still physically look good, but I just don't think he on that level no more. If Dana White buy PBC, it's not Dana White buying it, it's WME. That's the difference. WME. It don't mean Dana White gonna run it neither though. It's a misconception. That's a rumor started that Dana White gonna run it. Dana White not buying it. It's WME. WME bought, it's a media outlet group or whatever the fuck they call themselves. They bought the UFC from Dana White, but Dana White still run it. WME can buy Premier Boxing Champions and Al Haymon can still run it. That's the difference. Dana White still run the PBC. He don't own it. I mean, he still run UFC. He don't own it. But he the only one to know how to run it. So he sold a business that he the only one to know how to operate. Without Dana White, the UFC don't run that way. Same thing with PBC. WME is just buying the company from Al. Al allegedly supposed to pay all the investors back. And Al probably still be running it. He said Crawford got to call out Spence at the Wilder fight. They both will beat her. Yeah, he already did it. He already did it, bro. He got to take the week to blast. It's to a point where he taking baby steps. He taking baby steps. So this time, all week, he got to be dragging Errol Spence's name through the mud. He need to hire me as his public speaker, writing his public shit, but he got to be willing to be disrespectful fucking with me. Bernie cool and all. You know what I'm saying? But I take his content to the next level. I be talking about, man, this drunk alcoholic David Ruffin nights like this. I wish raindrops fall. Otis Thorpe looking head ass. I say, man, I be going all week. I had that nigga going on Errol Spence's head all week. He gotta go the next week and dog walk Errol Spence's name. He like, man, how this man I lie about the phone conversation too. I said we got on the phone. He said he needed a tune-up or two. And now they talking about this man fighting Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Why you can't fight me? Why you won't commit to fight me? Why he pricing himself out, bro? I'll be going hard in the paint. I'll make this dude fight me on spot. I'll be hella disrespectful. Knowing I'm probably at the end of my career, I'll go to Dallas, man. I'll go to Dallas and talk to Jerry Jones. Put it on the ground like, Jerry, man, I'm trying to beat your man up. Packers versus, man. Man, I had Crawford rolling, bro. I had Crawford rolling. If he really, really want it, he'll fuck with me. I'll lay it out in PDF format what he need to do. All next week, I'll be taking Errol Spence's name and running it through dog shit, cat shit, moose shit, orangutan shit. I'll be running his name. And if he don't show up, it'll be even worse on him. I don't care about that accident. He said they had Spence in the corner. They stopped him. I wonder why. You already know that motherfucker. Hey, Errol Spence was so embarrassed when Crawford went up to him. He started talking about his boy. Like, no, man, don't get on. No, Crawford, like, you talking to me. Don't talk to my man. Talk to me. Errol Spence is just such a mark, bro. He's such a cornball. That's probably why, like, Fanon and Fred like him. They all the same cornball brothers. In my Rod Parker voice. They cornballs. They the RG3 group. They the RG3 crew. All them some cornballs, bro. I can spot a corny nigga, dog. All them some cornball brothers, man. All of them. That's why they love Errol Spence so much. See, Negro love Errol Spence so much because he from Dallas. I get it. Hometown pride. I ain't mad at it. But Fanon, look how much of a cornball cocksucker he is, bro. Fanon didn't move to Texas to be closer to Errol Spence. Let that just sink in for a minute. Tell me there ain't no suspect activity. Tell me he ain't a fan. Come on, man. That's why Fred love him so much. Cornball brothers look up to each other. He said Errol told Crawford to his face. Oh, he did? That's what he said, bro? That's what he said? That's what he said? I'll stop you. What about I'll fight you? You got to fight somebody to stop him. He couldn't even stop Mikey Garcia. How you gonna stop him? How you gonna stop Mikey Garcia? Hold on, man. That's why them cornball dudes love him, bro. Hold on, I got something for him. Hold on. Give me 1 minute.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I read it all too. Terence Crawford, wait till he get a belt. Yeah. He ain't did nothing in the welterweight today. When he get a belt, you want to go over there. Keith Thurman want to go over there, and now y'all want to say, oh, I ain't fought nobody, but I got a belt now, so okay. Shawn Porter got a belt too. So now Shawn Porter got a belt too. Shawn Porter. So why want to go to easy road and knock Shawn Porter out? So now Shawn Porter got a belt too. Shawn Porter. So why want to go to easy road and knock Shawn Porter out? Shawn Porter got a belt too. So now Shawn Porter got a belt too. Shawn Porter. So why want to go to easy road and knock Shawn Porter out?
Come on, this y'all mans. This y'all mans. This y'all mans. This y'all king. This y'all king. This y'all king, bro. That's y'all king. That's y'all everything. He talking about easy road to knock Shawn Porter out. Did Shawn Porter get knocked out? Let's see what Kenny got to say about
nobody in the alley but me and Bud. And Bud didn't back down. I just had to say, all right, I'm going to just walk this one off, Bud. Because Bud is the truth. Bud is the real. Because Bud is the truth. Bud is the real deal, Bud. Because Bud is the truth. Bud is the real deal, Holyfield, whatever you want to say. I know it. I squared up with him in an alley, and we faced off, and he had his knuckles, both of them, as tight as he could get them, and he went, Huh? 7 as well? Nah, that was because Bud is the truth. Bud is.
What did he say? He said Bud is the truth. Ain't that what ain't that what Kenny Porter just said? He said Bud is the truth. He the truth. He ain't say the truth. He said the truth. He put the slang on it. But this y'all king. This y'all king though.
Errol, Spence, Terence, Crawford. Beat Keith Thurman, beat Jeff Horn, and get all the belts. Then what you gonna do? So we'll see. These guys step up. They will have no choice after beat Keith Thurman, beat Jeff Horn, and get all the belts. Then what you gonna do? They will have no choice after beat Keith Thurman, beat Jeff Horn, and get all the belts. Then what you gonna do? Beat Keith Thurman, beat Jeff Horn, and get all the. Terence Crawford he don't have it yet. If he does get the belt from Jeff Horn, I'm coming to take that belt too, because I want to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Terence Crawford he don't have it yet. If he does get the belt from Jeff Horn, I'm coming to take that belt too, because I want to be undisputed welterweight. He don't have it yet. If he does get the belt from Jeff Horn, I'm coming to take that belt too, because I want to be undisputed. My mom always say it's the first time for everything. So, never been knocked out before. That's cool. But everybody knows I can knock him out. And that's something that
Man down, but that man didn't go down. What happened? What happened, EJ? You boxed him like it was a sparring partner. You boxed him like you paid him something. Come on, man. You wasn't doing no man down. You want to talk about Keith Thurman not being one time no more? What happened to man down? What happened to you sparring in the streets? No glove, no headgear, going toe to toe, punching heavyweights in the stomach. You're gonna break Shawn Porter on September 28th? I'm asking.
It's a man down. You know my motto, man down promotions. That's what I live by. That's what I do. And like I said, it's going to be a different fight from the Mikey Garcia fight. I showed y'all boxing IQ. I showed y'all, skills. I can box. I can get on my toes. But, this fight, we're reverting back, to the old me where, I want this to be, a rough, grueling fight. I want it to be
disappointed if you didn't.
Come on, we did enough receipts on this dude, man. Yeah, it got real slow, huh? You want some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, a definitely Southern's partying down. Slow down real quick, huh? That's y'all king, man. That's y'all king. Heard them pussy niggas make you call them boss, but they can't call you king, cause that's Bud. Look at him. I'm a knock Shawn Porter out. Yeah, what happened? But that man didn't get knocked out. He said, but fight gotta get made. Yeah, he don't want to fight. We know that, bro. But let's move on, man. All right, man. Leo Santa Cruz, Marcus Villegas, hit him up. So let's talk about what he said about Leo, real quick. Trying to pull it up now. But yeah, he give me 1 minute, I'll pull this shit up. So yeah, he did an interview with Marco, but he says that I speak to Leo, who says that his target is Gervonta and May and wants to fight him to shut people up who says he's scared to fight tough guys, as he feels Russell Jr. might be pricing himself out of a fight as he picks Wilder to KO Fury. All right, he also posted this as well too, 3 hours before this, the one I seen. Just spoke to Leo, told me he's back in camp, expects to face Tank sometime in May. He's worried that the fight might fall through due to the videos that surfaced of Tank. He feels that the fight could get finalized in the next 2 weeks and wants it at 130. So once again, he says that Gary Russell is going to price himself out, and that's why he's not going to fight Gary Russell. But it's the interview up at Fight Hub. He says that Leo said he targets Gary Russell in May and wants to fight him to shut people up who say he's scared to fight tough guys, as he feels Russell Jr. might be pricing himself out of a fight. So now Leo Santa Cruz is saying that Gary Russell is pricing himself out of fighting him, and he'd rather fight Tank. This is hilarious, man. And why don't more boxing fans talk about Leo Santa Cruz and the shit that he pulling. You know what I'm saying? Tank and Leo scared to fight Gary. For what? And don't give me that, man. Don't give me that, oh, no fighter is scared. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody got emotions, bro. Don't give me that, oh, he's not scared. Yes, he is. It went from, I fight who they tell me to fight, and now, come on, man. Leo Santa Cruz, I don't even know how you can say you a fan. He only wants at 30 because he knows Tank can't take the belt if he can't make the weight. True, but he still also hold his belt at 26. But that's fair. That's truly fair to have a fight at 30 versus Gervonta. That's truly fair because Gervonta don't have a real belt at 35. That regular belt Gervonta got, that ain't no real belt. And that belt that Rigo won another night ain't no real belt. That's a secondary belt. So Leo got Tank old belt at 30. The fight should be at 30. Real talk. So I don't think it's about losing the belt. I just think it's about, he need to have some type of advantage, as well. Because Leo still got a 26-pound belt. Now, had that been Rigondeaux or Gary Russell that held 2 different belts in 2 different weight classes, they asked to be stripped. Same thing with Leo Santa Cruz when, he refused to go fight Carl Frampton overseas, and Carl Frampton gave him a rematch because they paid, and that's Al Haymon again. Al Haymon overpaid Carl Frampton to fight Leo Santa Cruz again. Al Haymon wouldn't do that for nobody else on PBC other than like Floyd. He overcompensated Carl Frampton to come back to America and fight him again. And Carl Frampton came and fought so stupid, but you know why he fought so stupid? Because he knew they was going to rob him on the scorecard, so he was trying to knock Leo Santa Cruz out. Leo, it just makes no sense. Leo says, I want to fight Tank to show people I'm not scared to take tough fights. At the end of the day, if we still asking about you taking tough fights and how long Leo Santa Cruz been a boxer? Hold on, let's see how long he been a boxer, bro. Leo, 31 years old. He turned professional in 2006. Leo Santa Cruz been a professional for almost 14 years, and he still think there's questions about taking tough fights. How you been in boxing for 14 years? And I'm gonna just look at his resume. 0-1, 1-1-1, 2-0, 2-2-1, 0-0-2, 7-8-2, 5-2-1, 6-3-3, 27-14-1, 6-1-0, 12-19-3, 3-7-1, 20-11-2, 10-4, 4-1, 20-2, 39-9-2, 33-6-1, 0-1, 24-8-2, 23-1. Right? I don't even really think he fought a lot of undefeated fighters coming up either. It don't look like. He fought 46-3 and Eric Morel, Victor Zalata 20-22-1, Alberto Guerrero for the IBF title 16-0-0 he was. He fought Alexander Munzo 36-4, Victor somebody 37-2-1, Cesar Sada 25-1. Christian Marashas, I don't know his dude's name, 49-7-2. Emmanuel Roman, 17-2-3. Jesus Ruiz, 33-5-5. Jose Castantamado, I don't know this dude's name, 17-3. Abner Morris, 29-1-1. Kiko Martinez, 35-6. He fought Carl Frampton, who was 22-0. He lost that fight, came back and avenged it the very next time. Chris Avalos, 27-5-0. Abner Morris, 31-2-1. Rafael Rivera, 26-2-2. Miguel Flores, 24-2. Who the fuck has he fought? Come on. Who has he fought? He said Gary Russell got his ass whooped by Lomachenko and amateur ass. Lomachenko beat the shit out of Leo Santa Cruz. Henry Brown, salute. Why is Henry calling out Broner? Come on. Broner said because he was hanging with Floyd. This dude said he got beat by Lomachenko. Like Leo Santa Cruz. Anybody on that list that I said was better, that's better than Lomachenko? Come on, man. He said, I know for a fact if it wasn't for Floyd, Tank would have ran to give Tevin that work. I agree. He probably would have still fought Tevin, you know. But he put that John Hancock on the contract. So, you know, it's his fault for giving Floyd all that power. For real. It's his fault. So ain't nobody, you know, mad at it. We moved on from the Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer took a risk that Gervonta may never take in his career and fight a guy like JoJo Diaz. JoJo wasn't a mandatory or nothing. JoJo didn't get him additional title. That wasn't a title fight. Like, Tevin Farmer showed me more than what Tank showed me his whole career. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Somebody came in yesterday, oh, it's the politics. Nobody trying to hear no politics, bro. When you running your mouth. Tank still running. What Charlo say? Jamil say he still with Floyd and he ain't fight nobody. That's what Jamil said. He still with Floyd and ain't fight nobody. Come on. Gervonta Tank Davis, like I said before, had he laid low and just say, hey, man, Floyd controlling my career. I got it on autopilot. I got it on cruise control. That's cool. But Tank out here instigating stuff. Talking about Wilder. Talking about Crawford. You know, talking about Tevin Farmer. But he critiquing everybody, but he not taking no real fights. Who fault is that? He can control what he tweet out. He can control all of that. That's what I'm mad about Tank for. That's what I'm mad about Errol for. They talk all this hollow shit. They talk all this junk about particular fighters, but they don't want to fight nobody. They don't want to fight nobody. Appreciate it, Henry, for the super chat. They don't want to fight nobody. How you talk shit? How you talk all this shit? And then you still don't want to fight nobody. You know what? I respect him if he didn't talk. Henry Brown again, he said boxing is WWE. Top fighters are milking money, not fighting each other. Yes, my boy Farmer lost, so Philly took another L. This is a bad year for Philly. But at least he took a tough fight. You can respect him for taking a tough fight. It's Tank can control what he type and what he say. That's all I'm saying. If Tank didn't talk junk, just say, hey, man, I'm just doing what Floyd Mayweather say do. I respect all the other champions and fighters out of there, man. And he keep it moving. I won't be talking junk about Tank. If Errol Smith say, well, shit, Crawford is on the wrong side of the street. Al got different plans for me, man. I'm sorry to the fans, but it's the politics. We don't really do business with Top Rank right now. I don't think that fight going to happen. You know, I really want the fight, but, you know, I got other orders, you know, that it's not going to happen. If you keep it real with people, you know, I'm not mad. But people talking about, oh, I stop you and I knock out Tevin, I stop Crawford, I do this. But you know, it's not in the immediate, it's not in the plans at all. Fuck the immediate plans. It's not in the far, far away plans. That's my problem with it. Not just being a sucker and hide behind your manager and let your manager and advisor and your promoter, you know, hide you and make you seem like something you ain't. Because eventually everything done in the dark comes to the light. And instead of losing to a top fighter like Crawford or losing to a top fighter, you know, like Gary Russell, eventually somebody go knock these lazy dudes out. They'd rather lose to a lower level fighter than lose to a top fighter. Yeah, Tank missed out on $7 million. That was Floyd Mayweather fault. Floyd didn't even get him $1 million fighting on the Conor McGregor undercard. Shout out to Henry Brown, the super chat again. Floyd didn't even get him $1 million for fighting on the Conor McGregor undercard. What type of boss is that? For real. Does he really got your best interest? You know, but like I said before, it's the game. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share the video. But I don't understand. Like I really think that Tank got a chance at beating Gary Russell. I think Leo would stand a good chance. Leo is long and he can keep it. Games PP, what's going on? Leo long, he can keep it on the outside, and you know, but like I said, man, these dudes is elevating these dudes' legacy by making them be the boogeyman. And it was like they making them comparable to Mike McCullum. A lot of people didn't want to fight Mike McCullum. Ray Leonard didn't want to fight him. The word on the street is that Marvin Hagler didn't want to fight him neither. Henry Brown said Sugar Tank Davis should have just left the girl instead of creating a scene. Just shows how weak and illogical he is. Floyd really protecting him. Shake my head. Why? Because he invested money. And they got him threatening Yaya. Floyd Mayweather ex-girl. He threatened to take her out the game on her live. Right around the time that shit happened. So you threaten to, you know, take somebody out the game. Y'all know he used the K word. And I got the screenshot right here. And she left him, over baby mama drama. So, old girl was, going crazy, whatever. Crazy in the scene. But, you crazy, you choose who you have a baby by. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna let old girl be if Tank be on the street poor, he end up being Delonte West, or he end up being one of those fighters that go broke, man, I ain't gonna never forget this shit. I don't have no sympathy for Cuz. None. Honestly, I knew Floyd was the main problem when Richardson Hitchison said his promoter not matching him up right. Man, he's supposed to be at secure status, and Cobra. Yeah, him and Cobra came out the same gym. And Cobra was smart enough, not to sign with Floyd and just do his own thing. Richardson Hitchison can fight. Explosive. He supposed to be up there with Colbert and Stevenson and Devin Haney. And you don't hear nothing about him. Dylan Price lost, and they took the loss off his record. I think something happened with a drug test or whatever, but he was at the Barclays Center and fought when I went there. And it's a shame, bro. It's a shame. And they just signed another kid just signed from Tank Gym to Mayweather Promotions. I wouldn't, man. Like I said, signing to Mayweather Promotions, signing to another boxer is like signing to another artist in rap. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't sign to another artist. And I wouldn't sign to my boxing idol neither. Especially like Floyd. Floyd don't want nobody to be better than him. That's why Floyd rigged the game. He rigged it where another fighter won't get to 50-0 no more. That's how he rigged it. And one of the best things that happened for him is when Deontay Wilder got a draw versus Tyson Fury. So he couldn't be 50-0-0 with like 49 knockouts. For real. But I just sympathize with guys like Gary Russell, because guys like Gary Russell and Terence Crawford, they remind me of guys that really wore their reputation on their shoulders. Man, Pernell will fight anybody, no matter how many times Pernell hit the canvas. Trinidad will fight anybody, no matter how many times he hit the canvas. Say what you want to say about De La Hoya. He fought anybody. Shane Mosley fought anybody. James Toney fought anybody. Mike McCullum fought anybody. Julian Jackson fought anybody. Jeremy McClendon fought people. Tommy Hearns fought anybody. Roberto Duran fought anybody. You know what I'm saying? Lennox Lewis get knocked out, come back and fight you. These dudes, this is the dudes I came up watching. Timothy Bradley fought anybody. Devin Alexander early on fought anybody. Lamont Peterson, he fought anybody coming up. You know what I'm saying? Eric Morales fought anybody. Pacquiao, he was fighting some dudes. He gave dudes rematches. And you just look at the boxing game and what it's become. Henry Brown said Floyd ain't better than Sugar Ray Robinson. Nah, he not better than Henry Armstrong neither. Appreciate the super chat. But like I said before, this is the game. People can't relate and feel bad for Terence Crawford and Gary Russell, because it's already a disdain for them. For whatever reason, they don't like Gary Russell. I don't understand it. Oh, he's inactive. Ain't every fighter in boxing inactive? These dudes fight one more time than Gary Russell maybe in a year. Errol Spence fought once the year he won the title versus Kell Brook. Once. The following year, he fought twice. He fought June of that following year. I think it was like 2018. Didn't come back until March 2019. So you fight one more time to Gary Russell. How more active are you? How more active are you? Not too much more active. So don't feed me that shit. Oh, his activity. They just want to go through anything to cherry pick. I don't get why they don't like the guy. His mindset and his mentality, and you can't use the excuse that he born like Rigondeaux. His mindset is he want to fight the best, and he an exciting fighter. Crawford, same thing. He an exciting fighter. He want to fight the best. If Crawford was in Errol Spence's position, he would force Bob Arum to make that fight. Or he'd go in there like Ice Cube, going into Priority Records and with a baseball bat. You think Terence Crawford don't be chewing them clear people out of the top rank? He do. He be chewing their ass out. I can tell you that for a fact. But hey, that's the way the world goes. The dudes that got the power. Had Crawford been the dude that's up, and people will be, oh, Crawford ducking Errol Spence, and forget the Pacquiao fight, man. That's how you know when somebody's opinion is subjective, depending on who in the driver's seat, that's how you can't trust their opinion. I'm telling you, when you listen to all these dudes that's married to Creole and the Swirl Patrol, Baby Mama's Boy, Fanon the Fanatiac, Frederica Barbershop Conversation, when you listen to the Swirl Patrol, or you listen to the Lions Den box community, or the local dummy box community, when you listen to them, and their opinions is real, they narratives are subjective on who it is. Now, if Errol Spence was in the same position as Terence Crawford, they'll be dogging Terence Crawford, even if Crawford waiting for Manny Pacquiao. It wouldn't be why you gotta wait for Pacquiao, and Errol Spence is delayed. Everything I'm saying about Terence Crawford, they'd be saying that shit about Errol. He said Henry Brown Super said, is Fury creating an excuse? Because if he loses, I don't know what he said. What'd he say? I didn't catch that what he said. But I don't think he is. Maybe if he loses, he loses. It just don't matter at this point. I'm referring to an injury. What injury you got? I ain't see that. What injury you got? But yeah, like I said before, imagine if Gary Russell was in Leo Santa Cruz position, and he I don't want to fight Leo. Oh, and that man, them Mexican people will be like giving Gary Russell death threats. He'll get treated like Gayle King. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He get drugged through the mud. If Gary Russell was in Leo Santa Cruz position, he was doing Leo like Leo doing him. They'd drag him through a leg or ankle. Oh shit, I didn't hear that. Maybe so. Why do this dude always claim to be their own boss, but when they get their whole card pulled, they always say talk to Al? Because it's a facade, it's a lie. It's PR. You can't say but so much when Bob not letting Bud go nowhere. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, he got a network deal. Errol Spence don't. Fox ain't got Errol Spence to a deal. Showtime ain't signed Errol Spence. And if that's the case, Fox and ESPN working together right now. So it ain't about it. Bob Arum putting the money up. PBC can't match the money that Bob Arum putting up. That's a fact. They can't match Walt Disney money. It's not in the budget. You know what Amir Khan and Crawford made in their pay-per-view and guaranteed money, Errol Spence ain't make that in his 2 pay-per-views fight. His 2 pay-per-view fights, he didn't make that type of guaranteed money. What he made 2.5 versus Mikey and maybe 3 versus Shawn Porter. Errol Spence made that in one fight, 5.5. So they ain't sent the offer to Terence Crawford neither because they don't have the money. They can't offer Crawford that money. When you paying Deontay Wilder $20 million and Pacquiao $20 million to fight, and you're not getting a return, they not making a return on that money. They taking losses messing with Deontay Wilder when they could have let him went to the zone and they wouldn't have had that in the budget. He said Rainwater can get Bud. That Spence fight, that new TMZ video, crazy. Yeah, I've been seeing that, bro. I think they got a clear video now. That been out for a few weeks. Errol Spence was right there. Errol Spence was standing right in that video. Gary should rematch Loma, then he will be considered above, especially. Yeah, that's what he going up to 35 to do. I like Spence and Bud, but I want to see the fight, so hopefully Spence Spence claim he healthy. Henry say internet tax, then they'll have the budget. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like I said before, PBC ain't offering nobody. When are they offered Demetrius Andrade to fight Charlo? Why they ain't send a rebuttal? Eddie said if they match the offer, he can go over to Showtime or Fox. They haven't. When have they sent Terence Crawford an offer? You know what I'm saying? They haven't sent Terence Crawford an offer. You know what I'm saying? They haven't. Imagine how tight the money would have been if Triple G took that from PBC. It was only a 2-fight deal, so it wouldn't have been that detrimental, I think. Triple G didn't have no. He ain't had no. He never wanted to take that fight, that deal. But that's what I'm saying though. Offer somebody. They the only ones not offering nobody. Oh, you got to come over here. You got to come over here. All the fun over here. Okay, send me an offer. Errol talking about he want $20 million. Okay, you want $20 million. Well, offers Bud $20 million then to come over there, but they won't. Pick your left, get the money, get this money, man. Appreciate it. Sports picks on what? TBH, all the promotional companies do the same thing and cry when they're on the short end. True. That's a fact, Anthony. That's a fact. Hold on. That's an actual fact. It's a fact. But y'all got any questions? I answered a couple questions. Rodriguez, he said PBC fighters fight themselves for a little money, but when another promotional company wants to fight them, they price themselves out. The itch makes no sense. Nope. Because they can't go nowhere. They being told not to go nowhere. Unless it's like a Derevchenko type of fighter or Andy Ruiz type of fighter. You know, it is what it is. But if the sanctioning belt bodies did their job, then we wouldn't have to be worried about it. He's on gambling? On what? There ain't nothing really going on with the NBA, and I don't gamble on regular season games. But I'm saying they have $20 million for Triple G, but don't have 7 and 10 for Bud. Nope. Whatever it was for Triple G. Angel Santos, what's going on? Salute. You think boxing needs just one matchmaker for everybody like PBC? That's hard to do. That's probably hard to do. Like, you know, they need a good quality control guy that approve these fights. You know, basically the promoters or like the manager or the PBC TV series, they approve their own fights. You know what I'm saying? The networks need to approve what and what doesn't go on TV. You know what I'm saying? But they do anything PBC say do. They put on shit versus Dookie. They're gonna approve that fight. They need somebody at HBO, ESPN, and DAZN that controls what fight goes on and make the best fight possible. But they let PBC put anything on. They don't have a lot of boxing knowledge on the top. So I believe that the interview with Ward, he believed it's not Spence. He spoke a lot of shit about Bob with Bob. I didn't see it. Where the interview at? But I know for a fact it's Spence. It could. Maybe Bob ain't willing to pay the money. If Spence truly won 20, I tell you Bob ain't paying that. Unless even Crawford could fight for free, he ain't paying that. But I already know they trying to age him out. It ain't no Bob Arum. This ain't Bob Arum. However you want to slice the cake, it ain't Bob Arum. They don't want to fight. I know the coach said he didn't want to fight. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I really don't gamble like that, bro. Especially with the point spread. It's something I consider. You think boxing really gonna die? They keep no, it ain't gonna never die. It may have to hit rock bottom money wise, but it ain't gonna never die. Title holders should have mandatory unifications. They'll never do that because unification consolidate the money. So when you consolidate something in boxing, you consolidate 2 belts. Each sanctioned belt body got to take less money. That's why they don't promote unifications. So, yeah. Palpatine got something to do with it. Yeah, he got something to do with it because what he did to Al Haymon years ago. That's it. What he did to Al Haymon years ago. He got Al Haymon kicked off HBO. That's it. But truly, it's PBC. I'm telling y'all, man. When I found out before, y'all got mad. When I found out Derek James didn't think he can win the fight, and they trying to age Crawford out, they don't think they can beat him. This is why they won't send nobody over there. I'm telling you this from the horse's mouth. They don't think they can beat him. That's why Floyd Mayweather say, we ain't doing that fight right now. They know what's up. I'm telling you that right now. This ain't Bob Arum would do that fight in a heartbeat. He'd do that shit in a heartbeat. They don't think Errol Spence can win the fight. Y'all think I'm bullshit, nigga. When I found that shit out, I couldn't believe it neither. That's when you forgetting all the suspect shit he said. You name the last time you heard Errol Spence. Y'all keep asking the questions. Name the time you seen Errol Spence say, "Oh, Errol Spence, you want to fight Keith Thurman? Oh, I want 60-40. You want to fight Shawn Porter? I want 60-40. Manny Pacquiao, I want 60-40. Floyd Mayweather, I want 60-40. You want to fight Erickson? I want 60. When the last time you heard him price himself out in the media versus any other fighter? Never. You never heard him price himself out versus any other fighter. Come on. Once again, I gotta play the sound clip. I want the easy belt. Come on, y'all forgetting everything he said. He went on what? Trio boxing talk. What'd he say? Oh, it's checkers, not chess. Oh, he on the wrong side of the street. All this shit. Y'all ignore all the sound clips that he said over the year. Like, just throw them out. You throw them out. When Crawford was saying, I'd rather fight Keith Thurman because he got 2 belts. Oh, Crawford ain't saying Spence's name. He ain't saying Spence's name, so he got to saying Spence's name. Oh, he really ain't calling Spence out. All right, they came to the same fight. Spence said, oh, I want to fight you right now. I want the easy belt. I want the easy belt. Come on, man. Come on, we could say this all day. It's so much questionable shit on Errol Spence end. It's just questionable. What's up with the contract? Do you trust Top Ranks, dog? Why PBC ain't send no contract then? Why they ain't send no contract? Why the contract got to come from Top Rank? Why they ain't send no contract? Just like they sent the $50 million offer to AJ. I don't even believe that shit now. Ask me that question. Did they trust the contract when they sent the contract for Deontay Wilder to come over to ESPN to fight? Was Deontay Wilder contract good? Wilder contract must have been so good that he signed a 2-fight deal. He signed up for a trilogy. So come on. That's still Top Rank. Come on, don't ignore the truth. One of those journalists made a good point about why PBC won't even Porter or Garcia Bud way, because all the top guys had close fights, and if Bud dominated, wanted to make them look average. They average regardless, but I agree. Answer the question because Stone Cold says so. So I was Harry Brown again. He said Floyd himself said Crawford is their apparent, that heir apparent that Bud was the closest skill-wise to the top crop of welterweights. Yeah, he dubbed him pound for pound number 1. Remember when they met? Come on. Come on. Floyd said Crawford was pound for pound number 1. Floyd is a boss at PBC. They know what's going to happen. Derrick James know what's going to happen. Derrick James was saying behind the scenes that he didn't. This all part decision-making part. They know Errol Spence going to get toe up. When your own corner don't think you can win, what you got to say? Neary and Rigo. I really don't care. Neary can't even make weight. I know I'll be on bullshit because Eddie sent the email to Jamal, bro. They been sending offers to them dudes. It ain't Al be on bullshit. It's just Al just tell them, oh, not to take the fight. I got bigger plans for you. I mean, you got to remember, Al Haymon paid Peter Quillen $500,000 to drop his belt. Where they do that at? It's a whole docuseries on that, a documentary on that called Counterpunch. I think it's still on on Netflix. He said, you trust Harry Potter? That nigga ain't lying. I told y'all it's the truth. I told y'all before he said he sent the offer. How do I know before he showed the paperwork to Radio Raheem? I've been told y'all. I told y'all about the $7 million offer before it came out. I told y'all about the $15 million. I meant the $10 million offer to fight Demetrius Andrade. I told y'all what PBC was saying is that they offered $10 million for Canelo. Golden Boy people said 12. Then it came out it was 15. I told y'all first. So how do I know if it's fake? I knew when they sent the offer, and I knew they was talking to Al Haymon too. Eddie Hearn not gonna tell the whole truth. They was in talks with Al Haymon too. They called Al. I'm telling you something. They got a leaky faucet at PBC. They got a leaky faucet over there. I'm telling you, somebody over there, I'm not saying no names. Somebody over there don't like the way they moving. Everything that came, I told y'all weeks before this shit. Before Eddie Hearn showed them the emails about the offer, I told y'all the 2 offers. I said, I heard he offered 7. Remember Baby Mama's boy that was saying, oh, Baby Mama's boy said that wasn't enough. Then I said, well, I heard they was willing to go up to $10 million. I said, I heard they offered 10. All this was before Eddie Hearn showed that to Radio Raheem in Miami. I said this before that. Look at the archives. I said it before that. No, it ain't no paperwork. It's different. They was talking to Al Haymon. He don't want to fight. So Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn line. With a company that's paying Canelo $35 million a fight. A company that's paying it's paying Golovkin $20 million, 14, 15 in cash and $5 million in equity. Come on, man. Get your head out your ass. It's common sense. Ronnie Shields just did an interview. This is Ronnie Shields' interview. So, you got to call Al. We not fighting nobody. Let you call. Come on, bro. They've been talking to Al. They've been talking to Al. Them niggas who ain't saying nothing. Ain't nobody lying. Who ain't saying nothing? You heard from Jamal Charlo? It's easy to put your phone and turn it to portrait mode and go Instagram live and say what's going on. You heard from Jamal Charlo? All you heard is from the coach. And the coach said, I could pull up the interview with the coach said, we not interested in fighting Demetrius Andrade. He said it 3 months ago. He said this shit. PBC ain't lying. They just not acknowledging it. Like I told you, Shawn Porter got contacted by Top Rank when he won a WBC belt. Kenny Porter can lie all the fuck he want to. General Chow and Negro told me that shit. Danny Garcia, remember I told y'all Danny Garcia was offered. Oh, CJ, you lying about Danny Garcia. CJ, you lying. Danny Garcia. And then Danny Garcia later last year, he said, well, or whatever it was, well, I only got offered. Oh, I thought you was never offered a fight. Keith Thurman acknowledged he was offered. Oh, I'm going to need a whole lot more. All them dudes has been offered, bro. You know? All them dudes has been offered. All of them. Shawn, Danny, Keith, Jamal. All these dudes. Deontay. We all should have knew when Deontay turned down a $100 million offer and a $120 million offer from the zone that the PBC was on some bull jive. Now, it may be because they selling the company and they don't want to hurt the equity in the company by Errol losing or Deontay losing or going to another network. Is PBC worth more money while Errol Spence is undefeated? Is PBC worth more money while Deontay is still heavyweight champion of the world? Absolutely. So if those dudes lose, then the company loses value and Al Haymon don't get as much for the company. So it could be a situation why PBC not making fights with other promotional companies is because they about to sell PBC to WME and they want to get as much value. Then I get it. But look at just look at it with clarity. Just look at the whole situation with clarity, bro. Just look at the timeline, bro. Floyd Mayweather came out and said, "Oh, we're not doing Spencer Crawford right now." Before that, he said Crawford was the #1 fighter in the world. "Oh, we're not doing Spencer Crawford right now." I came out, I found the truth about it. Derek James said, "Oh, Crawford ain't ready." Then it come out that they trying to age Crawford out. I did every video about this over the last couple of years. I've been following. Deontay Wilder turned down a $100 million offer, $120 million from the zone. You know what I'm saying? Shawn Porter was offered when he beat Ugas with Top Rank. I think it was a fight deal. They weren't interested. They was happy with Al. Danny Garcia was offered. Keith Thurman was offered. He acknowledged it. They tried to contact Errol Spence. They didn't want to make the fight. So you going down the line, Jamal Charlo's offered 15 to fight Canelo, 7 then 10 to fight Demetrius Andrade. This is consistent. So you want to see Wilder? I don't care what platform it's on. Who cares what platform it's on? Not niggas care what platform to fight on. Why would you care? Would I rather pay $20 besides $80 or $100? Absolutely. I don't care what platform it's on. You care if it's on the zone? Who gives a fuck? Now that's the new excuse. Or I don't want to watch the phone. I don't want to watch the fight for $20. I would rather pay my $100 to watch it on. Who cares? I don't care if it's in the UK, in the United States. I don't care if it's in Puerto Rico. It's in Osama bin Laden cave. Who cares? If I only got to pay $20 for the fight, who cares? Flavor on. Who cares? Deontay Wilder making $40 million, bro, to fight him twice. And if he don't fight you again, you still making 40 probably. You still making $80 million. He ain't make that with Luis Ortiz. They had to scrape $20 million to him to fight Dominic Breazeale. They had to scrape $20 million to fight Luis Ortiz. And he didn't even sell no tickets. Neither one of the fights he sold like 4,000 or 5,000 at the Barclays Centers. And in Vegas, they had to close off sections. He not even moving no tickets. Al Haymon is soaking up all this investor money, and they losing money. That's why they selling PBC. PBC ain't selling no tickets. Every fight I seen, I know multiple people that give away tickets from PBC. And I ain't talking about 5 tickets, 10. I'm talking about 50, 60 tickets at a time. 50, 60 tickets. I got several people. If I want to go to Vegas and TMT or Al Haymon was doing a fight, I can get a free ticket. I could bet on the floor for Wilder. What was it? Wilder and Fury. I could have been on the floor for $400. No, Spence and Porter for $400. I could have been on the floor for $400 if I really want. I don't have to worry about a ticket when I go. One thing about it, everybody be mad at me for the way I run my channel. If people get mad at me and say, "Oh, you this, you that," but you know what? A lot of the top people in boxing respect my content because I'm fair and I keep it 100, bro. That's why I can continue on. Gangs PP said Wilder didn't take the deal because Showtime Fox wanted to keep the most popular asset. But you know, he not even popular though. He not moving no tickets. They lost money fucking with Wilder. To be honest, they lost money. But hey, it is what it is. Shake my head. These dudes acting like the FOC or Showtime employees or Fox employees. Anthony Rose, at the end of the day, pretty much every great fighter lost. So what if he lose? It really ain't. But it's hurting the equity in the company. That's why. That's the only thing I can guess. I'm not saying that's the truth. Fox in the red with these fights this year. I agree. He said ROI non-existent. PBC fighters talk about the too small. He wanted to clean out the division. Plans was to run. Malik, what's going on? But yeah, I got some other stuff to talk about, man. Before I forget, hold on to questions for a minute. Some things going on. I got a relay. Give me 1 minute. Where should we start? Okay, so Gilberto would... Hold on. Let me start. Okay, I talked about that. So Gilberto Ramirez will fight Elder Alvarez, which is 1-4, and 2 and 3 will fight each other, and the winners will fight for the title. So this is a WBO light heavyweight title eliminator is going on. The WBO order that you heard it here first. So it's gonna be 1 versus 4 and 3 versus 2. So Gilberto Ramirez and Alvarez will fight in the title eliminator. Then Umar Salamov and Maximus Slav will fight in another matchup. And the winner between Umar and Maximum will fight the winner between Gilberto Ramirez and Elder Alvarez for a title. So the WBO ordered a mini tournament for the vacant WBO belt. The belt was vacant after Canelo moved back down in weight. So yeah, you got Ramirez and Alvarez should be is ordered, and then you got Umar Salamov versus Maximus Vaslav. I don't know who neither one of those is for the light heavyweight title. So that's one news. Hold on. Y'all know Ryan Garcia fighting in Anaheim at the Honda Center this Friday. Triple G will fight April 11th in Chicago or maybe in his country. Estrada and Quadres 2 for June, most likely Chicago. I mean, for those who care. Warrington is pricing his ass out of a Shakir fight. I heard the offer was way low to go to the UK. So, WBC interim fights won't be 12 rounds anymore. I heard 8 to 10 rounds. Only the silver belt, franchise belt, and the real title belt will be 12 rounds. So the WBC interim fights won't be 12 rounds no more. They only be 8 to 10 rounds. I'm guessing more 10 variety. The silver, the franchise belt, and the real WBO title will be 12 rounds. So you see some changes coming from the WBC. You heard some things about Shakir Stevenson as well too. And Shakir came out and said on Twitter that they offering the same money for a unification bout that he making with Miguel Moraga. So Josh Warrington, he don't want the fight. So, I mean, y'all know how it go. So that is what it is. PBC fighters talked about. Okay, I read that one. But y'all any other questions? I saw a video directed at you saying Wilder and Errol is hated because of the local dummy box community. Video directed at you. I don't care who said it, man. They ain't send it to me. Like I said, if Wood don't do a video on it, I don't watch it. If Wood ain't doing videos on local dummy boxing, they know better. I crush all them niggas, man. They know better. They better get in line or get knocked over. Cause I'll become the real local dummy boxing slayer. In the operation before it's about to end. Like I said, I contact some of these dudes' wives and tell them what they doing about their Discord chat. You know what I'm saying? I drop some news on some LDBC women, bro. I'll drop these nudes. I'll drop these nudes, bruh. And I tell you who was made in the sperm bank. And I tell you who was trying to sell they vagina on these streets, bro. Come on, man. I already told y'all 7-8 a snitch. He told all Fred business in these streets. He told Fred and Kenny was battling over a prostitute. Real talk. So you think we not getting these fights? We want for the sale of PBC. I don't know, man. They've been saying PBC supposed to be sold this summer. So I don't even know if they're gonna sell this summer. It could happen. It couldn't happen. What you think about Castanos to share? I think that fight gonna be 1 week before Canelo fight, end of April. I really ain't gave much thought to it. Castanos is short. So it's going to be him getting on the inside or Teixeira keeping him on the outside. Should be an interesting fight. I like Castanos a lot. I think Castanos has probably got the best chance of probably beating Jermell Charlo. Because his style, his pressure, Charlo can't take pressure a lot. But y'all got some more questions, I'll answer them. But I think that might be fight of the year. Lopez will knock Loma out, Greg Williams. We all hope so. That's going to be a good fight. That's May 30th. So if Leo and Tank fight, they probably going to fight a week before. They probably going to fight on the 9th. Or they going to fight the week before May 30th. So May going to be a packed month. But we all know Leo not going to fight Gary Russell after he said Leo Russell pricing himself out. They battling over hoes, shake my head. They battling off a prostitute, bro. That's what it is. I heard it's a 7-8 said it was a prostitute. Yup. Said it's a prostitute. Is that dude Miguel Maraca good? He alright. He fought Loma. He fought Oscar Valdez to a tough fight. And then after he lost to Oscar Valdez on that mini pay-per-view at the StubHub Center, he turned around and fought. He moved up and fought Loma coming off a loss to Valdez. That was the old Valdez. And pretty much that's been it. He's solid. He ain't nothing great. But they fucked him over because he lost to Oscar Valdez and moved up and fought Lomachenko the next fight. If Spence gonna duck Pac, a lot of people don't believe it. At first he said he had no interest in it. But now, they waiting on his decision, so I'm not sure. But it was told to me that he didn't want to fight. I don't think because he thought he was healthy enough. But he couldn't. It sounded like he may take the fight. He may not take the fight. The fight could be announced as early as next week. So we'll see what they announce now. It could be Shawn and Errol. It could be Danny and Errol. But I do know Pacquiao preference is Errol, Danny, and Shawn in that order. So if Errol say no, he might go to Danny and Errol might have to fight Shawn again. But if Danny don't want to fight Pacquiao, he want to fight Errol, then maybe Pacquiao will fight Shawn Porter or wait on Mikey Garcia. So it bodes well for Mikey Garcia if they don't announce Pacquiao next fight next week. But they may or may not. Don't really know. PBC said we announcing the fight this week and then it don't get announced. It was a fight. It was a Wilder Ortiz weekend. They're supposed to announce a fight. And they didn't announce a fight because, Danny Garcia was having problems picking an opponent. Who is Crawford's next opponent? Have no idea. Spence better get 16 weeks of Wilder in for Pacquiao. You talking about 16 weeks. If they fighting in... Y'all keep asking questions. If they fighting in June... you looking at what? 2 weeks this month. And then you got March, April, May. So they got to start testing right now. Because right now, that'd be about 14 weeks. So depending on when they fought in June, yeah, that's about right now. Or by March early, they got to start testing. So, but Spence ain't going to get no testing. Pacquiao ain't going to waive his right. Duke Reagan, you heard of him. Featherweight, who lost in Olympic trials. No, I haven't heard of him. I don't follow the amateurs as much as I used to. They don't put them on TV as much as they used to neither. But yeah, got any more questions before I log off? But yeah, I got to check out for them. I think, I wonder who handling the amateur system. That'd be. Spence and Manny, a 50-50 fight. At this point, I don't know what it is, to be honest. If Errol Spence at his best, I slightly give him the advantage. But it should be interesting. Coming off a car accident, I don't know what to expect. I can't really call it. Errol Spence might truly be 100% healthy. And he might truly be his old self and go in there and be it. But if they both at their best, I slightly favor him. But it's a difficult fight. Pacquiao got a lot of thump in that left hand. Does Spence have more power than Manny right now? No. I think maybe in his right hand, possibly. But I don't think he hit hard. I don't think he hit hard at all. I think Spence is a beat puncher. I don't think he a big puncher. I think Crawford punch harder than him. I think Pacquiao punch harder than him. I think Danny might punch harder than him. But he ain't no big puncher at all. I don't think he a beat puncher. Especially with him continuously draining himself. I don't think the power there. Spence not going to be able to handle many output. It depends. First 6 rounds going to be critical. The first 6 rounds, he able to steal 2 rounds in the first 6, or he able to split the first 6, 3-3. Then, he able to step it up. But it's a guy that's been drained. You know what I'm saying? It's a guy that's been draining himself. So I think if he can get the early rounds, if he can really win the early rounds, he probably going to dog Pacquiao out. But if Pacquiao can do what he did versus Thurman, get a knockdown, win the early rounds, and then, kind of steal 1 or 2 down the stretch, he probably going to win a decision. It depends on how much PBC like him. If they fight someone going to get stopped, if they fight someone, who you talking about? Oh, Kevin. Tony say, if Manny can move his feet on Spence, he can win, but Spence might wear him down. Yep. Like Keith Thurman did. If he can if he can really walk Pacquiao, it's gonna be a battle of rounds. Pacquiao gonna be hot early on. Spence real tentative, real patient. Pacquiao gonna take it to him down the stretch. Then Spence gonna get into a rhythm like Thurman did and start putting some rounds in there. So it's gonna be Pacquiao can win enough early rounds and win a couple late. That's gonna be what it is. But it's gonna be if Errol Spence healthy, Errol Spence could take the power. That's the question. Spence has no footwork to handle Manny, but he can't cut the ring off. That's what he got to do is cut the ring off. His length, his height, But he can't fuck with But Pacquiao feet ain't the same either. Appreciate it, Davion. Appreciate it. He said, why Spence wait so long to fight Bud? But Bud been at 47 2 years now. They ducking Bud blatantly. Yeah, I told you they ain't trying to make that fight. I've been told y'all that. They ain't trying to make that fight. Any more questions? 21 questions. Jose versus Josh Taylor. Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, easy. It's an easy fight for Josh Taylor. I think Josh Taylor should probably stop Jose Ramirez. I think Jose got a good jaw though. Josh Taylor by far a better fighter, Paul. It's not even close to me. Jose ain't never beat nobody. I didn't rate Hooker. I think he lost to Zepeda. He beat Amirman. He ain't really been shit to me. But he ain't never really impressed me at all. Most of the fights he was struggling with, or Zoko, you know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor is by far a better fighter. The fact that Manny is competing with the top welterweight shows you that the young guns aren't that good. Exactly, I agree. Overrated. Bud versus Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo, a middleweight. It's too much weight. You talking about Jamel too? I think Jamel might be too big too. People say, well, Errol Spence spars with Jamel all the time. That's different though. That's hella different. 16, 18-ounce gloves. Hella different. Which one is most likely? They waiting Bud out till he get old, or they want Bud to retire? PBC guard's not allowed to fight Bud. He probably gonna retire. Taylor's gonna set traps. Taylor by Avery. Yeah, he should destroy Ramirez. Ramirez getting better though. He is. Robert Garcia is improving him. You think we get Loma and Haney before Bud and Spence? I think Loma gonna move back down. If he lose, I think Loma gonna retire, and T.O. gonna move up. I think Devin should just move up to 140. Loma never gonna fight him, so that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. So, Devin Haney just need to move up and compete at 140. He talking about, I might jump to 47. Well, go ahead and jump your ass up there and get beat up. But he draining himself for no reason. You got a world title that really nobody respect because Loma was the real champion. But then again, Devin ain't fight nobody at 35. You know what I'm saying? It ain't his fault. It's politics. But, it is what it is. I see T.O. versus Devin at 47. I could see Teofimo Lopez versus Bud at 47. I think that's what Top Rank probably trying to do. But Bud, like I said before, Bud might have to retire. Who you think better? Who you think a better trainer, Atlas or Robert Garcia, and his daddy? At this point, Robert Garcia, I think he's the best trainer in boxing right now. I mean, you look what he done with Josito Lopez, what he done with Mikey, and what he did with Marcos Madonna. I mean, what he done with Jose Ramirez. I think he got one of the Falcao brothers as well. Robert Garcia is probably the best boxer, the trainer in the game. Ray Zone 718. That's my opinion. I think that's who Jared Hurd should have went to. T.O. versus Haney, who you got? I don't know. I think Devin Haney, but T.O. fighting better competition. You know what I'm saying? So, T.O. beat Lomachenko. It's no doubt in everybody's mind that Teofimo Lopez is a better fighter. Watch is fair. What's going on? Garcia bring dudes back from the dead. Yep. He do what Freddie Roach got credit for doing, but he actually do it. Him and Big G do a good job at retooling fighters. If you a fighter that's in between and you like your performance, Garcia gonna get you up to par. Appreciate it, Anthony Rhodes. Garcia, that's what Jared Hurd should have went to. He did it from Antonio Margarito. He kind of gave him a second life. That's what Jared Hurd should have went to. But motherfuckers don't want to be in Oxnard. These niggas want to train and be in the limelight. It's a reason why a lot of these dudes go to secluded areas and train. It's a reason why people go to the Big Bear. There's a reason why people go to Colorado Springs. There's a reason why these fighters get away. That's why J-Rock got his ass whooped, because he trained at the crib while fighting at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I would never train in my own city. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. Not for no big fight. If I had the resources to leave. Being uncomfortable makes a great fighter, trust me. If you uncomfortable training, you far from home, and that make a mean, nasty, rugged fighter, no haircut. That's why Miguel Cotto's career got fucked up. When he stopped messing with his uncle, it just won that Margarito fight. When he stopped messing with his uncle, Miguel Cotto was never the same vicious Miguel Cotto. His uncle used to have him training in a hot Puerto Rican gym, you know what I'm saying? And, when he shook his uncle, he started training comfortable, training in where he was training in Orlando, sitting in the pool, happy, angry, mean, hungry, unhappy, uncomfortable fighter in training camp is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? These dudes get this money, they want to be comfortable. It's good to get away. It's good to go into the Mexican mountains. It's good to go to Oxnard where it ain't nothing to do but play 2K or get away and go to a carnival. It's good to be out there. That's probably one of the reasons why Robert Garcia is so his fighters are so focused, because ain't shit to do in Oxnard. Ain't no trouble to get into. But it is what it is. It's a shame they freezing Bud out. Politics. What's more of a shame than them freezing Bud out is how everybody's flipped the script. That's my whole thing. Nobody want to keep it 100. Everybody want to change the narrative so it can make Errol Spence look good. Just call a spade a spade. When everybody was quote unquote ducking Errol Spence, everybody went at Shawn, everybody went at Danny, everybody went at Keith. Now that Errol doing the same thing, everybody want to change. Don't forget about Shakur. Shakur gonna end up in the top of the hill. Yeah, I think he probably one of the him and Colbert and Gary Anton Russell. I think they three the best. And Jerron, that's a lot of guys I like. Charlo pricing himself out. Why don't these PBC fanboys channels not mention Charlo pricing himself out on the Canelo fight? They won't. And I told y'all guys what it was, what they both sides were saying. I was hearing it from PBC. I heard it from Golden Boy. And it turned out it was a $15 million offer. I heard they wanted 20. So I heard that from somebody very, very high. Jason Sosa, salute. They're not going to talk about that. They only talk about stuff that make them look good. They're not going to talk about all the sound clips I could play for Earl, about Earl for days. All the sound clips I could say, they will never talk about these sound clips. Never. I could play clips of Errol Spence and questionable stuff that he said for legit days, bro. Legit days. You can just talk about some of the questionable things he said over the choice of his career. You can just talk about it. Talk about it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold on, I'm coming. They played that Anthony Joshua clip when he came to America and Big Baby Miller pressed him. But they won't play none of the good shit. I mean, you could just keep going on and on. Hold on, you can just keep going on and on. Let me pull it up, man. I didn't know I had this many videos on the book.
So why would I go to the easy road and not Shawn Porter out? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
You like an Errol Spence and Terence Crawford?
Errol Spence and Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
No, that fight's not happening right now.
Okay, well, like, what is that big roadblock? Because I feel that's what the fans really want to see.
No, what fans?
Boxing fans.
No, boxing fans want to see the best that are out there. But again, the fans are anointing those two as the best welterweights out there. They have to go out there and prove that.
Who would you like to see Errol Spence fight next then?
I would like to see Errol Spence fight who he wants to fight in his very next fight, and it's going to be a massive fight.
What if it is Terence?
It won't be.
That's how you're supposed to feel.
It's not how I'm supposed to feel. But I am going to knock you out, though.
That's not how you're supposed to
I am going to knock you out, though.
But he didn't knock him out, though. He didn't knock him out. Though. I'm going to knock Shawn Porter out. Nobody talked about him not knocking Shawn Porter out, did y'all? Y'all just let that one slide, huh? He didn't want to hurt Shawn Porter because Shawn Porter was about to get married. That's what happened. He didn't want to hurt Shawn Porter because him and Kenny cool. Bud go to Big Boy. He gonna go to Colorado. He got property out there. I think he be going to Colorado a lot of the time. Seven Farmer trained at home too. Not smart. John Jones is the Canelo of UFC. I heard a lot of people say he won. Some people say he lost. I don't know. I think a lot of people want to see him lose so bad that y'all see the fight how y'all want to see it. I didn't watch it. I forgot it came on. I watched the Gary Russell fight and then I got some and went to sleep. You feel me? You feel me? It's a shame that the guys who are champions that want to fight the other champions get labeled as clout chasing or chasing paydays. He culture say this is boxing. We used to growing up watching it. And yep, agree. You clout chasing. Oh, he clout chasing. He only got 2 belts. He got to get 3 to fight Errol Spence. He got to fight somebody. At least the WBC stripped Jimenez, but the suspension was like shit. Nigga, Ivan Redcash lost his whole purse for a little nibble. Spence don't want Crawford fight. No, his whole team don't want it. But don't worry, boxing got a way of serving justice in its own way. Joshua Frank Bruno 2.0. Well, he got some titles now. He might be. If you was a matchmaker for a boxer that was what's the 5 fights you want to happen? I mean, shit, it's the same shit. H.A. Wilder, Crawford, Spence, Benavidez, Plant. Shit. What else out there? We getting Loma and T.O. Gary Russell, Leo, Santa Cruz, same fights. If Bud dropped the WBO, watch how fast PBC blows up out Bob Aaron Funk. You ain't lying. In the clips you played, Bud couldn't do nothing but laugh at the excuse. Yeah, it was funny. He should have slapped the taste out that nigga mouth. Errol Spence probably would have sued, though. Errol Spence would have sued. I'm telling you, him and Fred the same type of dude. Both cornballs. I'm calling the police. What up, C-Dub? I'm calling the police. They lucky I probably would have smacked the shit out of Errol Spence, man. I didn't give a fuck about my hands being legal. I'm legal to smack you upside your head. Talking that riffraff. Who was talking with the reporter? Oh, Leonard Ellaby? Leonard Ellaby made sure she heard him loud and clear. Spence ain't allowed at the sandbox where Crawford hangs out at. Dana White even had Reyes up 3 rounds to 2. Well, shit, maybe he did. I mean, blame Dana White. Don't he run the UFC? Run it back, man. Run it back. The fact Spence versus Porter only did half of what Pacquiao and Bradley did is hilarious. Shows you how low stand. Yeah, they only did 200,000, something like that. They ain't sell no pay-per-views. All the clear people want to see John Jones lose because he done beat everybody. You know how it is. They still put McGregor on the pedestal, and McGregor didn't punch the old man, smash somebody's phone. Imagine if they people get mad at what Tank did to old girl, but McGregor punched an elderly man in the head for turning down some whiskey. Imagine if Gervonta punched the old man for some whiskey, or Terence and Errol punched the old man. If McGregor was from Africa, they been would have revoked his visa. They been would have revoked his visa. He said, well, I thought PBC gave us the most competitive fights this year. No. What competitive fights you seen this year? On paper, Rosario and J-Rock was a blowout. That just so happened to be an upset. It ain't been that much boxing on. I think Crawford and Spence head. Possibly. I doubt it. He didn't think Al said, don't worry about it. Who said Spence didn't want the fight? Everybody knows Spence don't want the fight. 60-40. I want the easy belt. Come on, you don't want the fight. If he want the fight, he'll make provisions for the fight to happen. Or he'll take control of his career. Jones is the GOAT, bro. I guess you don't watch UFC. What's he done? He's done the last 10 years. Jones and Canelo got the same die. You know you're going to hear that. Charles Martin versus Gerald Washington is Wilder versus Fury 2 co-main event. Terrible. PBC still ain't announced all their fights on the prelim card, and we 2 weeks away from the fight. I don't even know what's on. I don't even know the full prelim card for Wilder Fury. PBC is just a piss poor run organization, bro. They didn't even make an announcement for their preliminary fights, bro. Cause Top Rank got Gabriel Flores and Miramon, and I think it's gonna be Drew and Acostas. I could be wrong on their undercard, but I'm gonna pull the card up. It's only 2 fights that's on the It's only 2 fights that's on BoxRec. It's Wilder and Fury, and it's Emmanuel Nervantes and Joe Santasma or whatever. That's crazy. Two weeks out and the full card ain't even on BoxRec yet. 2 weeks out and PBC ain't even filled all their prelim slots. They so unprofessional. Keith Thurman called Spence versus Garcia a stage fight. Keith Thurman was serious when he said it too. He don't need to say nothing, bruh. You won't even fight nobody. Need Caleb Plant versus Benavidez. I heard they was talking about making that fight this year. I ain't really heard much. They both got fights coming up. I think Benavidez will be back in April. Keith Thurman called Spence versus Garcia. Okay, we're dead. Is anyone excited about the Wilder Fury fight right now? I ain't. Maybe week of the fight we will be, but they said Fury said he injured his leg or some shit. On paper, what though? Shawn and Spence top fight. That was last year though. But yeah, it was a good fight. I'm not gonna lie. Shawn and Spence, that's last year. J-Rock and Hurd. That wasn't no good fight. It was an upset, but it wasn't competitive. But it was a good fight to watch because it was an upset. But yeah, Spence and Porter, that was one of my favorite fights. Pacquiao and Thurman too. I enjoyed both of those fights. But the thing is, they got the most fighters. They supposed to have the most competitive fights. But all these fights they giving us, Shawn and Errol Spence should have happened 2 years ago. Remember, this somebody Keith Thurman beat when? Just check this out for a minute, man, before I get off. Y'all can keep asking questions though. I got some time today. Y'all keep asking questions. But I just want this to sink in y'all head for a minute. Cause I don't think people understand. This nigga fought Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter fought Keith Thurman in 2016, bro. Errol Spence fought him in 2019. That's a 3-year difference, bro. He doing what Keith Thurman did 3 years ago. Even if he fight Danny Garcia next, and that's who he choose to fight next instead of fighting Pacquiao, he's still fighting Danny Garcia. When did Keith Thurman fight Danny Garcia? Hold on. Keith Thurman fought Danny Garcia in 2017. He's still fighting Danny Garcia 3 years after Keith Thurman did it. He fought Shawn Porter 3 years after Keith Thurman did it. He fight Pacquiao next. He did it almost a year after Thurman did it. He doing everything that Thurman already did. How's this innovative? How's it innovative? Unless he beat Manny Pacquiao. And he'd be the 55,000th motherfucker to beat Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So tell me, how is what Errol Spence doing is special? What is he doing is special? How's what he doing? I mean, he fought Kell Brook. He fought Kell Brook after like Carson Jones beat him, and after beat him, and after Shawn Porter already did it. Shawn Porter fought Kell Brook in 2014. Errol Spence fought him 3 years after. The fuck? Come on, man. This dude is so overrated. It's like fucking crazy. Shawn fought Kell Brook in 2014. Errol Spence fought him 3 years later in 2017. All right? And remember, Kell Brook came off a loss. But he fought Shawn Porter leftovers 3 years later, even though he did beat Shawn. Then he fought Shawn Porter 3 years after Keith Thurman beat him. Right? Now, if he fight Danny Garcia this year, it's 3 years since Keith Thurman beat him. Damn, that must be that lottery number, 333. And if he beat Keith Thurman, if he fight Manny Pacquiao, he gonna do it a year after Keith Thurman did it. Almost probably a year to the day if they fight in July. So what is he doing that's new? What's he doing that he knew? Come on, man. This nigga fighting all these dudes when they old, bruh. He like Keith Thurman Jr. That's what his name is. Errol Spence Jr., a.k.a. Keith Thurman Jr. The Jr. got to stand for Keith. This nigga Keith Thurman II. This dude is Keith Thurman II. This dude Keith Thurman is his daddy. He paving the way. You're my first. You're my last. You're my everything. Nigga Barry lied when he said God couldn't have made two. He made two. Doo-doo. My Chris Tucker money talk. He made two, Barry. He made Keith Thurman Sr. and Keith Thurman Jr. Errol Spence. He made two. Don't forget Conor McGregor quit. I ain't never seen John Jones tap out. He do everything Keith Thurman did 3 years ago. Come on, man. This nigga like one of these Future clone rappers. Future got everybody singing and shit now. No. Keith Thurman Future And Errol Spence, that panda nigga. Designer. Panda. Got credit cards in Atlanta. And then got bras in Atlanta. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. If Keith come back healthy, in my opinion, can he beat Bud? I don't know. I think he done. Maybe he can. Good fighter. I think Bud was his toughest fight. I think he was Bud's toughest fight. Got credit cards and scanner. Cleaning out the PB side. Cleaning up what? They all lost. What you cleaning up? They all been cleaned up. They all been mopped up like Blueface, baby. Shawn Porter lost. Keith Thurman lost. Danny Garcia lost. So what you cleaning up? Lawrence Williams, what's going on? Y'all subscribe to Lawrence Williams' channel. What you cleaning up? What you cleaning up? If everything already clean, what you cleaning up? This nigga is Keith Thurman Jr., bro. Errol Spence do everything 3 years after Keith Thurman. Or Shawn Porter. Kell Brook 3 years later. Danny Garcia 3 years later. What up, Dr. Blick? Who else he fought? If he fight Danny Garcia, it's 3 years later. Shawn Porter 3 years after Keith Thurman did. This nigga Keith Thurman Jr., bro. Keith Thurman Jr. Tell you when Barry White said he couldn't have made two. Yeah, he did, Barry. He made two. He made Keith Thurman Sr. and Keith Thurman Jr. Da-da. You my first, my last, you my everything. Look at C-Dub can't even argue today. He just laughing. Ain't that about right? My man's from My Wife and Kids, Calvin. Ain't that about right? You can't even do nothing but laugh. Ain't that about right, CJ? Yeah. You's right, CJ. I just got nothing to argue today, CJ. You's right. Yeah. Yeah. He ain't got nothing to say today. That's when you know you got him stumped. Keith Thurman Jr. You call him Junior. When I see him, what up, Junior? Hey, can Jamal James beat Jose? Jose who? Ramirez? Hell no. Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. Or Benavidez you talking about. Benavidez probably ain't fighting this year. No time soon. Who was the fighter of the year 2019? I don't know who I gave it to. Who I give it to? Errol Spence? I gave it to Errol Spence. I think. I don't remember who it was. Shit, that was so long ago. Now he has to lose to Manny confirmed. Is that right? What can Bud do to get a big fight? Nothing. We'll probably smack Errol Spence in his mouth. He probably got to smack his mom. Errol Spence still probably wouldn't do nothing. He got to dog out Errol Spence this fight week coming up. But it ain't gonna happen. Why didn't Charlo take the money and fight? Because he can't beat Canelo. Canelo gonna beat the brakes off Charlo. He gonna need a brake inspection. He gonna need brakes, rotors, ball joints, calipers, the whole front end. Ball joints, axle. Canelo gonna take his ass and drown him. He keeps saying Canelo was ducking. And then Canelo ain't ducking nobody. He the one that's ducking. You can't trust them dudes. Dan Du Bois versus Joe Joyce will be cracking. Yeah, I heard Joe Joyce left Adam Booth. He said, but like Spence said before, Crawford became a welterweight, that he wants to get all the belts on the people. Nobody care about that side of the street shit. That's a cop-out, nigga. That's a cop-out. Nobody care about, I want to get all the belts. Nobody trying to hear that, nigga. You fighting or not? You fighting not. Because Pacquiao didn't want to fight you till you flew through a car window. He said Jose got a strong camp. He big for Mexican too. I'm gonna say, yeah, he big, but he can't fight. He ain't got no skills for real. They coming though. Boxing Truth salute. Yeah, I like the boys in Buati. They really good. The boy's a great fighter, a young great fighter. I don't know if he gonna be manifest to great on the top level, but I like him. This was Crawford before this was Crawford before. That's the only reason it's good. Man, like I said before, bro. If Crawford ain't good, why Errol Spence don't fight him? Why he fight Shawn Porter then? Come on, why he fight Mikey Garcia then? Mikey Garcia didn't have a belt. Come on, he could have got his ass whooped in March. Y'all wouldn't even be talking about him no more. Come on, man. He could have fought the nigga in March. He talking about, I'm ducked. Man, I can't stand that pussy ass nigga, man. I'm sorry. I can't stand him. Real. Spencer's ready to drop them panties for Porter, Thurman, and Pacquiao. But when it comes to Bud, he got to get to know him. But you ain't lying. When nigga's ready to get his black... He was ready to let Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, and Pacquiao blow out his back. I'm ready. Seems like you ready. Man, that motherfucker... If Pacquiao said, get on your knees... Errol Spence get on his knees and lick his toes. Guaranteed. He'd do anything for a Pacquiao fight. And get in there and get dog walk like Keith Thurman did and come over with all, I just flew through a car window. I wasn't okay. I ain't trying to hear that, man. Pacquiao beat Spence. I don't want to see it happen, but I wouldn't be against seeing it happen. He knock out his teeth, I'll be happy. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy that ass whooping. Because I know he ain't gonna never fight Crawford. Hope Pacquiao make him cough up his liver or some shit. That shit'd be funny. I don't want to see no brother get his ass, but Errol Spence ain't no real brother. Nigga's a Fruit Loop. He's an Oreo. He probably one of them fake Black Power dudes who voted for Trump. I'm telling you. But yeah, let me get out of here, man. If Al let Ugas cross, he ain't letting him. Because Ugas was supposed to fight for a regular title. WA versus Boost Putin, and Al put a stop to it. But hey, I appreciate it, man. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Other than that, keep sharing the videos. How long we been on? Whew, almost 3 hours. Yeah, I gotta go, man. We gone.